What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Sports Talk Tuesday. I'm Jay. I'm here to talk about a few topics, and as always, I love to give and hear from you guys in the audience. So I always put the link up. So if you're watching, make sure if you want something to say, you can always comment. And if you feel like that ain't enough, you're more than welcome to come and join the show, and we can chop it up and talk about the topics that I have laid out for the day. Now, I do my Sports Talk Tuesday. I'm going to do a 2-hour show. So, with that being said, instead of it being first take, this is like the first and last take, okay? Because, they already went first, but we're going to talk about some of that. But this is like the last sports show of the day. Anyway, with that being said, a couple of the topics that I'm going to talk about this Tuesday is, of course, LeBron, since we last aired last Tuesday, has been eliminated from the first round of the playoffs for the first time in his career. I know a lot of people say he never had this happen to him before, which is one reason why he's better than Jordan. Not to say that, that really means anything, because Jordan got eliminated by like legendary teams who then went on to win the NBA championship. And it also happened in his rookie year and the beginning of his career. Anyway, nevertheless, it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. And Mike went out 6 for 6. If you want to count him being an old ass man coming after his retirement for 3 years with the Wizards, so be it. Nevertheless, Jordan is that ship has sailed as far as LeBron and the GOAT conversation with Jordan. He quit on his team, something Mike never did. Mike always took it on the chin like a man whenever he lost, and he came back with a vengeance. So, nevertheless, we're going to talk about LeBron and quitting on his team, although I do know, and I will give a little credit and acknowledgement that Anthony Davis wasn't there, and had he been there, maybe they wouldn't have lost. Okay, I will say that. But he wasn't there, and they did lose, and he took it like a coward. Anyway, we're going to talk about the Mayweather Paul fight, also Chad Johnson. Why these athletes think that they could just get in the ring and fight like you could fight maybe some dude on the street, but going up against another boxer is not the same. You play football, you play basketball, you don't play box. You don't play box. You know what I'm saying? That's the man's sport right there, boxing, the sweet science. You don't play boxing. And, he got put on his ass, or better yet, on his belly. He got put on his belly. When your hand and shoulder go up from underneath you, it's a wrap, okay? And then also, how many of you all noticed that Floyd accidentally knocked Logan Paul out? A lot of people ain't talking about this, and I was wondering why not. Once I went back and saw it, I even got a video clip that I'm going to play. Floyd tagged him, and not realizing his own strength and realizing that this dude don't know what the hell he doing. He knocked him out. He was out on his feet, okay? He was out on his feet, and Floyd little ass had to like hold him up a little bit till he got his wits right back around him. He had the little birds, flying around his head like, Looney Tunes. Couple little Tweety birds, bluebirds was up there floating around his damn head. And then Floyd got a little smelling salt up his nose before anybody noticed, and they was able to continue to fight. But Floyd knocked him out. He was out on his feet. If Floyd didn't hold him, he was going to fall. Now, would he have been able to get up before a 10 count? Maybe. Floyd should have let him fall on his ass. That would have been more interesting. I know Floyd making all this money, and people, he's been taking advantage of people because people keep paying to see this nonsense that he's putting out here. But that's on them too, right? Why are you paying to see this? You should know what's gonna happen. Besides, he a defensive fighter, which is one reason I think he should have let him fall and get his ass knocked out, because that'll show he still got a little bit of power compared to a dude off the street. Okay. And also we could talk about Julio Jones in the NFL being traded. And who do you all think is going to be the next NBA champ? I think in the finals, mark my words, it's going to be Clippers and it's going to be, Clippers and maybe Bucks in the finals. Clippers, Bucks finals. And who's going to win? I think Yanni. Yanni going to bring out a little solo act, and it ain't going to be with the flute. He going to be playing the blues for Kawhi. Giannis going to win, Greek freak. So let's see how it work out. Bucks, Clippers, NBA finals. I'm going to take Giannis. I mean, dude is a big, dominant, fast. If he had started his career off strong with at least 20 points a game, he could be in GOAT conversation. Now, I know everybody's saying, what about Brooklyn, this and that? But Brooklyn, they're having injury problems. We'll see if they're able to hold up. We'll see if they're able to hold up. I mean, really, they got a 3-man team. If they shut down one of those players, or if one of those players can't perform, they in trouble. They gave up too many parts for these 3 players. They damn good 3 players. You got 2.5 MVPs. I don't see Kyrie as an MVP player, but he has MVP moments. Okay. What's up, girl? Wit. How you doing, sis? You was watching that Floyd. What you think about that Floyd Mayweather fight? I thought that Chad Johnson fight was a little more entertaining, but Floyd did knock him out on his feet. I wish he'd have let him fall. Rodney Stevens, what's up? What's good with you, man? Appreciate you coming through. Support Gaming, what's up, brother? You always got my back. I appreciate it. Sweet Brown Sugar, what's good, sis? I love the name, Sweet Brown Sugar. Cocoa Butter, what's good, sis? Appreciate you for coming through as always. And Sheena always got my back as well. Sheena and Whitney was helping me hold it down last night when we got attacked by, the cyber racists. So I appreciate y'all. I want to give y'all an extra special shout out for helping me try to erase all of this stuff. I don't understand why people have that much energy to put into hate and hate speech in the world. That's crazy. It makes no sense to me. It's nothing I've ever wanted to do if I like that. I've never had that much energy to somebody that I wanted to put up that much stuff and do this or whatever. That's crazy. Anyway, you say it was an entertaining fight with the Floyd Mayweather and Paul, and you like Chad's fight. He did pretty well. I don't know if he did so well. He got put on his face, though. And it's only 4 rounds, 2-minute rounds. So he didn't even do but a quarter of a fight, and he was already on his face. And he wasn't even doing a full round. He was doing 2-minute rounds. So I don't know how well he did. And also, I got the clip I'm going to play in a second about what happened with Floyd knocking Paul out and then holding him up. S. Young, what's up, man? How you doing?
Good. Hey.
What's up, man? I'm good for having you by, man. What's on your mind right quick?
Anything you want to talk about?
All right, did you see when Floyd knocked Paul out?
I was there. Yeah.
You was there?
Hard Rock Stadium. Yeah.
You went to the actual fight?
Yeah. My mom.
What big baller over here with the tickets? Get your ass out of here. You wasn't there, boy. In spirit.
My auntie, she worked there. My auntie, she works there. She was
okay.
Yeah.
You live in Vegas?
No, Florida.
Oh, that was in Florida.
Yeah,
okay.
It was in Florida, not Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right. It rained on the TV. It was raining there.
Oh yes, it was raining. It was raining, and then it stopped. Then it kept raining. Then it stopped. And I saw the fight, and the Chad fight wasn't interesting. I kind of laughed at it.
I saw T.O. was there.
Yeah, because he got knocked down. Because Chad got knocked down.
Right. So what do you think? Like, Whit think he did a good job, and I've also saw other people say that Chad did pretty well. I don't think so. What do you think? You was there.
Looking at it, he was very fast, very fast, quick with the jab. And you learn how to do defense.
Right.
Definitely, if he works on his defense, But I thought he's very impressive. Very quick, very fast on his feet.
I think he got tired. I think people don't realize how fighting makes you so tired.
Like for under 4 rounds, like around like 2 minutes.
Right.
That's very tough. Man.
Yeah, it is. Like I was in a fight before, a real fight, but it was like probably damn near. It felt like forever, but it probably was maybe 10 minutes. And I was younger, like in my teenage years. Man, I was so exhausted, man. So like you put a lot, and that wasn't a professional. I'm not a professional. That was a street fight type thing. So I think a lot of these athletes that's getting into the ring, like Nate Robinson, Chad, and who else? Is somebody else that I just saw that was trying to get into the ring as well.
Lamar
Odom. Yeah, I think they don't realize how draining it can be. Fighting and somebody hitting you, taking your energy as well. So tell me about the experience right quick. What else? What was it like there? And you get wet, and what about Floyd and Paul? What you think about that night?
And I was wet. I almost lost my voice because I was screaming to Floyd. My voice, Logan, that Logan fight, because I remember when Logan started like doing this, it's just like
so he didn't know what the hell he was doing.
He don't know. It was like Donkey Kong trying to fight.
Right.
It was
Floyd let him tire himself out. He just stayed like this the whole time.
Because I remember people right next to me. They was like, "Oh, what's Floyd doing it?" And I'm like, "I know what he's doing because Logan doesn't have stamina, so he's trying to tire him out. Because he's not. Because if you look at the fight, if you look back at the fight, Floyd's not really taking him seriously. He just like played around with him. Mm-hmm. We fought bigger and taller guys like that, so it wasn't.
Yeah, definitely. I see my damn computer got unplugged over here. The damn son, where the hell is he at when you need him? But yeah, man. CJ said being scared makes you tired. So I'm gonna get ready to play that clip in a second. CJ said try jujitsu. It's even worse, especially with a gi. Yeah, it is. I used to do judo, and then I used to do karate when I was younger. But like you talking about like MMA, jiu-jitsu, oh, that is really exhausting. And they do what, 5-minute rounds in MMA, don't they? And you on your back, you on the ground, you on top, somebody on top of you, you using legs, you punching. Like fighters are in incredible shape. Like each sport is a different level of top shape.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Out of the team sports, I'd say a basketball player may be in the best shape overall because of all the running and endurance, because it take a lot to run up and down that court and jumping and doing all that stuff for, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. But then if you're talking about getting hit and punched, well, that's a whole nother thing because they don't get used to getting touched like that. So then I'd say if you're talking about that level of getting touched out of the team sports, maybe a hockey or football player may be ready for that because they used to getting touched like that. But they may not have the stamina to keep going because they got a lot of pauses in football. So I don't know. Hockey, they always moving because you got to have a lot of coordination with, skating and you playing and people fighting hockey too. And a lot of times the refs will just let them fight till they get tired or whatever, or lay somebody out. But, it ain't the same, man. It ain't the same. And so I give them all their credit. Like Chad, I know, like Whitney saying when she say they did well is because I'm using Nate Robinson as a baseline. I mean, Nate Robinson, and you can see Nate Robinson had the same type of thing going on that Paul had, where, like you say, he was doing this type of stuff. Like, that's the type of stuff you would see in real life if somebody like rushed you or something in the street. Nate Robinson kept trying to like damn near pick up what you call it,
his brother Jake Paul's brother.
Yeah, Jake. He damn near tried to pick him up, and then he kept rushing up on him, doing the same type of thing. Because in a street fight, that might work. You know, it ain't no rules. You push him over, run, do whatever. But in a boxing match against somebody that's trained, that ain't about to work.
Right.
You know. So you say he tried to bum rush him. Yeah. So CJ said Floyd was not letting him play around. I don't know why people say this. What do you think?
No, yes, he was playing around. Yes, he was playing around. I don't really get that saying he wasn't. He was playing around, because if he really want to hurt him, he really would. Because you see Floyd just popped him right. Because you look at interview Floyd face, he was just playing with him. To me, he really was. He wasn't like it's like he's fighting a YouTuber. You really want him to take seriously or fighting a YouTuber that's 0-1?
Right. That's so far beneath him. So far beneath him. If it wasn't for him having such a large fan base and being white, people still, just like in boxing, wanted to put the black guy against the white guy, the great white hype. It probably wouldn't have went on that way. So definitely has something to do with it. I keep calling my son and he ain't coming. My damn computer about to die in a second if he don't bring his old ass over here. So let me play this video right quick while I try to call this boy. I don't know what the hell he doing, but anyway, let me get up this video. I'm gonna show you all how Floyd accidentally knocked this dude out and then had to basically, I don't know why Floyd held him up though. He should have let him fall. He should have let him fall. But let me bring it up. Hold on. Do you think Floyd should have let him fall?
like let him go? Let him go keep
fighting? Let him fall. Yeah, let him go instead of holding him up. You don't know?
I don't know. That's Floyd is. That's how Floyd is.
Right. All right, here we go. All right. I had to get this boy to get you asleep. All right. All right. Save the show. All right. So anyway, as y'all see, it's played a couple times. Floyd caught him with a right. Wow. Look, he holding him up. Look, he was he damn near hit the ground, and he big as hell compared to Floyd. Floyd little ass had to hold him up. I know Floyd was probably thinking like, damn, man, this dude weaker than I thought. Big Mike, what's up, man? How you doing? Mike, you there?
What's going on, Jake? You hear me?
Up? Yeah, I hear you. I see you commented Floyd wanted an entertaining fight so he could fight Jake next week.
Yeah, he wants to fight Jake next. He Like he wants to knock out. He wants to knock out Jake, not Logan. He wants to knock out Jake because Jake's the one that took his hat.
That's not gonna happen because Jake fighting somebody else.
Man, I don't see how these dudes.
Yeah, after that fight, yeah, of course. You can find him after Jake has that fight, after Jake loses to Woodley or whatever, whenever. But I don't know Floyd's gonna.
No,
I think Floyd's gonna try to fight Jake next.
Nah.
So what you think then, Sean? What is happening with that?
No, I don't feel like Floyd gonna fight his brother next. Nah.
So is Floyd done?
There's a big enough check to it, then yeah.
He done. Floyd got money, got paid off that fight. So why would we need to fight?
He been had money.
Do you believe him when he say he retired?
Right.
I didn't believe that. But do you believe that fight gonna happen next? No.
Yes,
I wouldn't put it past him. Like you say, he may have another fight.
It's all about the money fight.
Yeah, he goes at the only money fights now. He's become a sideshow now. You know what I mean? He's gonna make his legacy as a sideshow. Like I'm trying to think of a good example, but one example, although this was a movie, is like when Rocky was fighting like Hulk Hogan in Rocky 3 or whatever, or some shit. You know what I mean? Like what is it? Yeah.
Jay Floyd fought some Japanese kickboxer for like 50 mil. I think like 50 mil in the exhibition match. Like, come on. Like, Floyd is all about the money fights. If it's an easy money fight, he's gonna take it.
Yeah, I think he has so much money, but he doesn't have ingenuity to make his money work for himself. Like, yeah, he was trying to be a promoter and stuff, but like he's only got like Badu Jack and that's it. Like he just brings him everywhere he go type stuff. Like Badu Jack career is stalled basically. Like he was on that fight card. I forgot he was even still a boxer. Badu Jack. At one time, he was considered like a serious contender.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, if I was Floyd, which, you know, Floyd didn't even graduate like 8th grade or some shit, didn't he?
No, he never went to 8th grade.
Right. So his life is just it do in a way though, because like they say, like 50 was clowning him, he can't read. And although he a good business mind, as far as he realized he should promote himself and how to market himself, he's not a good financial mind because he's not making his money work for him. Like he could be a billionaire with the amount of money and power he has. If you can make your money and invest your money to work for you. But he's still at 45 years old trying to fight people for 50 million, where he should be making that kind of money every year with his money. Just with his money, he could be making 50 mil. You know what I mean? This dude buying a strip club. Really, you buying that because you ain't got no game and you want to keep a fresh supply of thick ass girls on deck that you can smash whenever you want. You know what I mean? Really? Because like, why would you have a strip club? Like, how much money is that strip club really making compared to how much money he has? Like, if that strip club is bringing in $1 million, $2 million a year, what the hell is that to him? Like, what is 1 or 2, 3 million a year?
What kind of businesses you have?
Right. That's the only one that I know of. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't follow Floyd that much to know everything that he do. So I will admit to that. But has anybody else in the comments or any of you all heard of any other business that he got?
Just a lot. I heard the promotion thing. He got that going.
Right.
Money team endorsement stuff.
That don't nobody buy. I don't see anybody wearing, you know what I'm saying, TMT clothing.
He got a lot of boxes. Definitely got a lot of boxes. He promoted
that he don't do nothing with.
He only done some with some boxes. Only box he support was Tank. That's it. Tank Davis. That's the only thing he supported.
Hey, what a Tyron Woodley. That's a good point. Ain't one of the Paul brothers fighting him next?
Yeah, J. Paul fighting Tyron Woodley.
Tyron Woodley gonna whoop his ass.
Yeah, he's a very good striker. Very good striker.
Yeah. Yeah, he ain't no joke. So, you know, I don't know, man. If I was him, I'd be trying to do something different than. But again, like you were saying earlier, it ain't no risk to him. Like he's fighting YouTubers for 50 million or whatever. Like that's, and it was only 6 rounds. It was nothing for him. But you know, anyway, I think he's should be past that on another level. But whatever. I don't know. If I was somebody that threw 50 million in my face to beat up a YouTuber at 45 years old, I probably would take it anyway, just cause why not? You know, it ain't no sweat off his back. Jay Belafonte said that he got plenty of real estate and other investments. Those fights are just easy money. Okay. That makes sense then. You know, real estate is the perfect thing he should do and get into. It's a way to, you know, get your money. I know I saw him doing like a, you know, MTV Cribs type thing in Vegas.
Oh
This
yeah,
dude, yeah, he got like 5 Bugattis, the same car, just different colors. Rolls Royce, the same car.
He got a Rolls Royce on the back, but you know, in the back of it, you see the name Rolls Royce. He changed it and put like Mayweather. And I'm like,
man.
I said he's bling bling with it.
Right, right. Hey, CJ, he got a point, but now Floyd is too old. But Canelo would kill Floyd right now.
Yes, right now. Yes, right now. Canelo will.
Yeah. Just as Young, you said no, you don't think so?
I mean, a lot of people always say, you know, Floyd fight. You know, some of these guys he fight are they're too old. Like he fought. They said that he'll Victor Ortiz will beat him because Floyd's old. He's getting older, and say the same thing. You know, but to me, when Floyd, you know, we all know the age difference. Yeah, Canelo was 21, was 20, 21 young at the time.
Right.
You know, I feel like what Floyd gonna do is counter jab him. Y'all seen the counter jab. That's what Canelo got tired of, getting hit with the counter jab. So,
right.
You know, you see that whole rough fight. Floyd was fast. He was still fast defensively. Very good fast defensively. It's not just because you're old and stuff. It's like, you still got it? You still got it? Like, do you still have those skills like you had before when you're 23, when you're 30? It's like that. It's like I don't look at it as an issue.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the gap is on the wrong end for him now.
Yeah.
You know, Floyd is no longer close to his prime, and Canelo is. So I think that'll be part of the problem. Plus, Canelo got way more power now.
Yeah.
And more boxing smarts. So, you know, I think it would be harder for him.
Too with combos.
Yeah. Jazzy Jeff said, wait, Floyd didn't make it to 8th grade.
No, he didn't make it to 8th grade.
No, his father was in boxing, Floyd Mayweather Sr., and Floyd basically was like a boxing prodigy, though.
Yeah.
You know, like he was a boxing prodigy. And it's like little videos on YouTube. You can look up this and that. I think I don't remember exactly if it was 8th grade, but I know it was really young. I know for a fact he didn't graduate high school.
No.
So I don't know if it's exactly 8th grade or whatever, Jeff. Do you know, Mike? Mike, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Did Floyd make it past 8th grade or you don't know?
No, I don't know. Okay, but I don't think it matters because, you know, honestly, because I don't think it matters because I think we know way more about money than any of us. Than any of us. So I don't think
that's true.
Doesn't even matter.
But he also was boxing, and he had a father that was a boxer and put him in a different situation than any of us. None of us had a daddy that was a pro boxer that's even fought Sugar Ray Leonard and trained us from birth damn near. So he had an opportunity that was one of a kind too, you know. And if you got that kind of opportunity, maybe you wouldn't take school so serious because you would know from birth damn near this is what you're going to do with your life. Like LeBron, he didn't worry about college and whatever because he know he going to the NBA since probably 7th, 8th grade, you know, where some other people don't. Jay said a bunch of broke people said a damn near
I don't think it's
billionaire.
cool. I don't think school is the only place you get education from.
You don't think it's what?
I don't think school is the only place you get education from. I don't think you need
that's true.
College, yeah.
That's true, but he can't read though that well. You seen him trying to read and stuff?
Hey man, he made $50 million last Saturday. I don't think he needs like reading to hold him
That's
back.
true. But how many people that made a lot of money in his situation, especially, and got it taken from them and lost it all? It ain't about how much you make; it's about how much you keep. And Jay, while you talking about,
I don't think Floyd's a dumb guy.
I don't know. Some of the money he spent on. I mean, people can spend their money however they want. Don't get me wrong. I ain't necessarily trying to count somebody's money or hate on it, but what he spends on cars, jewelry, and all kind of other little frivolous things that is a depreciating asset is dumb. That's a bad investment. That's bad money management.
Yeah, I feel like he does that more for his brand. I think he does that more for his brand. But he's been spending like that for like how many years now? Like 10, 15 years. And
that's why he's still fighting. I've
never seen him like on the verge of going broke ever.
Let's see what happens once he can't get in the ring no more.
To me, I feel like he's still going to invest around.
Oh, man, keep waiting.
Yeah. Jay said he got a lot of, he owns 2 skyscrapers. Okay, I never heard that before. So, like I said, when I was saying it a second ago, is from what I know. I said I don't follow Floyd too seriously. So while you saying we ain't researching, you ain't listening. I said I don't follow Floyd enough to know everything he does.
You don't know, Jay. You don't know Floyd's life. Do some research.
You don't know Floyd. He owns skyscrapers in the hood.
You don't know.
And why you talking about broke people? You don't know how much money S. Young and Mike and I got. You don't know how much money I got. I'm damn near a multi-thousandaire. Nigga, what? I'm a multi-thousandaire. All right? Don't come at me.
I'm like I'm multi-dollar. Like,
I got multi-dollars in my pocket.
He's part of the money team.
Right. You know what I mean?
Part of the money
I'm in the dollar team, man. DT. Yeah.
He said on that note, I'll see you later. I'm sure you will.
Yeah, peace.
Right. Anyway, you say CJ said Floyd training Tyron on how to get hit. Get hit.
Nah. But I feel like Tyron, he's definitely like 38, around like almost 40. But he's very good, but he's very professional, very good striking. That's what I feel like Jake Paul need to worry about is like his striking, because he will go in like with these hits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. CJ said Triple G and Mayweather would have been great. I don't know, man. I really like Triple G. I thought he got cheated in one of them Canelo fights.
Yeah.
It did, man. The first one, he beat Canelo. But
if Triple G was like one of his last fights, then yeah, that would have been good.
Mm-hmm. And Floyd's best business move in boxing overall, of course, was being his own manager and stuff and promoter. But as far as fight, is the wait before he fought Pacquiao like he did. That was genius in a way. It was out of probably fear, but
it was kind of Pacquiao's fault too, though.
Why you say that?
To take a drug test. He refused to take a drug test for so many years.
It wasn't like just a drug; it was the contract.
Like, he kept
the contract. Yeah, it was a contract.
But it's also because Pacquiao wanted more than Floyd was willing to give him, and he wouldn't take a drug test.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Because it's definitely a contract, and also that because who's that? Who's the reporter from HBO? Not the old white guy.
Jim Lampley or whatever.
No, the other
Max
one.
Kellerman.
He ain't old.
Maybe
old. He is old compared to S. Young.
No, his name starts with an L.
Lampley. what's his name? Jim
No,
Lampley?
no, like Leonard, like
Larry Keenan, not Larry Keenan. Was I don't know. He be doing the fight card for HBO when they be fighting too. Well, anyway, go ahead, get to it. What about it?
Yeah, because like he the one that Larry Merchant, yeah,
Larry Merchant, yeah, I figured it was Larry something.
yeah,
I couldn't remember.
Larry Merchant. He was the one that brought up the super fight thing. So that I feel like that shouldn't. To me, that fight it should have been happened when they was in their prime. I feel like this should have been happened.
Mm-hmm.
It took like forever.
Right. Yeah. I mean, hey, he was smart in waiting, but the fight sucked though.
It did.
Yeah. So somebody said, where is it at? That where they say we don't know Floyd, we don't know his financials. We don't know his financials exactly, but the site that I do use to get an idea is celebritynetworth.com. You can go there and type in any celebrity's name and they'll pull it up. And so with that being said, you know, if you make a 300 million a fight, you should already be a billionaire, right? You know what I mean? But you worth 450, which means as fast as it's coming, you spending it.
Oh
you
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, that's only one and a half fights.
If you hang with Floyd, you know, first thing you do it after for a fight. You know, you think he'll go home? So no, he'll buy some. He'll buy some McDonald's.
Some McDonald's.
Yes, that's the first thing you do. He'll ask when he get somebody to get some McDonald's, or you go to the gas station.
Wow,
that's the type of guy Floyd is.
That's crazy. So he the 5th highest paid athlete of all time, and one of 6 athletes whose career. So in his whole career, he's topped $1 billion in pay. Okay, that's Michael Schumacher, the racer, $1 billion. Jack Nicklaus, 1.1 billion. Arnie Palmy, 1.3 billion. Tiger, 1.6 billion. MJ, 1.9 billion. And so Floyd is up there in that group. And so we see that, like, even this article here, he owed the IRS 22 million. Claims he's not liquid enough to pay the debt. Like, how could you have a net worth of 450, but you don't got 20 million to pay the tax man?
Yeah, I think that was
but Jay, nobody wants to pay that. You know these rich. You know these millionaires. You know.
I think this was the Mosley fight. I think the Mosley fight when he had the IRS got him.
Right, that was a couple years ago, but still, nobody wants to pay taxes when you're making that kind of money. Yeah. But at the same time, why do you want to risk going to jail or assets seized? Or even if I'm Floyd Mayweather, I don't want this type of article.
These rich people will do anything not to pay this.
Definitely.
But that's why I say he ain't financially sound in a way smart. Because if he was, he could have started a corporation and just have all his earnings go to that corporation and then pay himself next to nothing and leave the money in the corporate accounts or something. You know, that's what a lot of these super rich do. And then you get to tax your money at a corporate level instead of at a personal level. Just like also it's an article in here that he has his money 100 million in a regular checking account. So if that bank was to close, he would only get $250,000 returned to him because that's what the FDIC insures. Like, that's stupid.
Yeah,
that's not smart financial sense. Like, people want to say this and that, and they got an article on here about that. Let me see.
The IRS?
Yeah, no. Well, they got the IRS article right here. But they got the article about him with the money in the bank account. Here's a list of all the money he made in his career earnings for each fight. But you know, let's see. I'm trying to find that one article. And this right here, like, I know it's nothing to him, but I don't know, man. I wouldn't probably have all that stuff, but then that, like you say, that's part of his brand. He's supposed to be money maker all day. Oh my God, look at this right here.
Oh my God, protect me. Protect me.
What the fork?
Like,
no, well, hold on now.
Sponsors?
No, these will be like, men, protect us. No, you protect me.
For real. For real. But anyway, what was you saying?
Definitely like the IRS. Definitely.
No, that Floyd got so many sponsors. Like you see when he wears like his tracksuits. He has like all these sponsors on. Like he's like a walking NASCAR. He's like a walking NASCAR.
Right. He got Hugh Blow and all those people, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like definitely for the IRS, they're not no joke. Cause they will take anything.
And Jay, if you seen the press conference, you see the press conference before he sat down. He's like, "Yo, these guys are paying us." He's like, nah. Then he took whatever was on the table and just put it under the table. So he makes sure he gets paid for everything he does.
Yeah.
Right. See, they say right here, Floyd's car collection is worth more than Logan Paul. Damn.
Yeah, because car collection was like billions.
I mean, if you got 5 or 6 Bugattis, that's 5 or 6 million right there on 5 cars.
Yeah, because like
you know what Logan Paul did?
No,
he moved to Puerto Rico.
Hold on, Mike. Hold on. What was you saying, S. Young?
Yeah, because I said like he had like Bugatti, 3 or 4 Range Rovers, like 4 Bugattis. They're all white, black. And you add all them up to millions, they're billions now. They're billions. So typically, that's like $1 billion car. The car he has.
Bugatti ain't $1 billion car.
No, you add it up. You add it up.
Oh, okay. All his cars worth $1 billion. I could look and see. I don't want to. Yeah, but yeah, he's got a lot on it. What was you saying, Mike, a second ago?
Now we're just talking about Logan. Logan Paul, he moved to Puerto Rico right before the fight. So when he get cashed out, he don't have to pay that much taxes. When he got paid like $20 million that fight or something like that. So you don't have to pay American taxes on that.
That's smart. That's smart. If anything, I'd get incorporated in somewhere like you say, like in the Bahamas or something. A lot of corporations get incorporated over there. It's like this one location that is nothing but basically a PO box, but it's like got some of the biggest corporations in the world headquarters there. But really, they ain't nothing but a PO box, and their information go there, this and that, and get forwarded. But that's where they get headquartered, so they don't have to pay all them taxes. Like, you got to do what you got to do when you got that much money to protect.
Yeah. You know? Well, for Floyd, I put it like this: Floyd. He knows how to get the money, but he don't know how to deal with the money. Now that's how the guy Floyd to me is. He gets the money. He knows how to get the money. He knows how to get the money and knows how to do it so well about it. But he don't know how to deal with the money, especially financially. Even 50 said it. Like 50 said, like Floyd don't know how to deal with the money. Don't know how to deal with money.
They talking about he spent more than a quarter of his earnings from the McGregor fight on a new house.
He wasn't smart, yeah. Floyd was smart.
Yeah. But at least a house, if it's not too much out of the way, it will always go and appreciate real estate, So that would be helpful versus I just saw an article. He bought an $18 million watch. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I said. He does because once he get the money, he be like, okay, I got money. It's okay. I need to buy. I'm gonna buy Road Boys. Okay, I need to buy a new house. Like, okay, I need to buy this. I need to buy that. And that's what Floyd has thinking. He doesn't think about okay, I need to save this for financial. I need to save this for businesses. I need to save this for other things for taxes. But He doesn't know how to structure that. All you know is just get the money and then spend it, and then get more money and spend it, get more money and spend it.
Right. Like Conor McGregor, he started his that liquor business. I forgot the name of it. And now he really balling. That's what he did with his money after this fight. And he just sold that that business. But
Right.
in 2013, Conor McGregor was on welfare and he made 150 million fighting Floyd. Damn. That's crazy. All right, I'm about to get ready to move on to the next topic. I remember Floyd wanted to try to buy the Clippers, but the NBA didn't want to sell it to him because he gambles a lot too. And that's the part where his and plus how cocky he is, they want their owners to be not as cocky like that. And that's part of where his brand hurt him in a way.
That man
owning a strip club.
Every day he goes to strip club.
Yeah. So I think all that is hurt his brand a little bit. I'm trying to find this this damn thing about his bank account. Damn, he threw his daughter a 7-figure Sweet 16 party.
Yes.
What?
Sweet 16. Oh yeah, it's Young's daughter. Yeah, Young's daughter.
Damn, that's what, 10 million?
Yep. I'll tell you, Floyd know how to do money. Floyd fighting. I call it light money. Light money, Floyd gets hands on that.
Right.
He gets hands on that. He'll spin it quickly.
That's crazy. Yeah, man. These dudes, man. Actually, what did that say? How many figures? I just thought about it. It said what? 10 figures? How much did I say?
Point to the arrow.
How much did he spend for his daughter's birthday?
7 figures.
7 figure. Oh.
7 figures.
Yeah, 7. That's a single digit multi-millions, but still. No, that's 10 million, ain't it? Yeah. 10 million or more. That's crazy. So yeah. Let me see. I'll just put this checking account.
That's definitely around 10 million.
Yeah, man, must be nice.
Like
16-year-old.
Like 9 to 10 million.
Right. Let's see.
But I can't deny that man's a good father. He's a good father to his kids. Man.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Rick Ross, I don't know. I don't know enough to say, but he definitely spent money. Rick Ross is dumb if he got 92 million in a checking account.
Look, I'm gonna say about Rick Ross
and Floyd Mayweather, 123 million cash in a checking account.
But for Rick, I remember when I was a kid, he had owned he had opened up a chicken wing spot.
Wing stop.
Yeah, around my not chicken wing, not the wing stop. He had the other chicken wing spot. This one he was the boss. Teflon Don, jumping out a bridge. And,
jumping out a bridge.
Yeah, it was a music video. It was called Speeding with R. Kelly.
Oh, okay.
And then he opened up, so I went there, and you walked in, it's like a small place. It's like you looked over the TV and Xbox playing Xbox with it. And then and it was like Xbox 360 at the time. It was Xbox 360 at the time. And then
right.
We had chicken wing spots. So and then that got shut down. And then he opened up another one with the Wingstop. He ordered that. And I'm like, why did he open up stores in Florida? I was like, he always loved Wingstop. I was like,
damn. Yeah, I ain't see that, or I don't remember it if I did. Last thing I'm gonna say about Floyd, they talk about how much money you keep in your checking account, couple $100, couple thousand. But what he's saying is financial advisors actually recommend keeping a fairly low balance, even if you're super rich, because checking accounts tend to come with very low interest rates. Exactly, which means your money not making money for you, especially if you got millions, like 0.5%. and they're only insured up to $250,000 by the Federal Depository Insurance Corporation, which is the government. So if you had $1 million in your checking account and your bank failed, you would lose $750,000 without any recourse. It's just gone. You can't get no type of money back. It's gone. The bank could close and go out of business if they wanted to, just to take your money.
Right.
You know what I mean? And, you know, Floyd better hope his bank is the most stable institution in the world, because apparently he keeps $123 million in his checking account. And if that went belly up, he would have 123 million one day, and the next day he would be able to have 250,000. That's crazy. Crazy. Mayweather's shockingly large checking account was revealed in a recently published ESPN interview titled "The Last Great American Prize Fighter." And in the article, Tim Keon spent a few days fully immersed in Floyd's world, and it truly is a crazy world on its surface. The purpose of Floyd's world is to keep him occupied and distracted 24/7 as he leads up to his fight against Canelo Alvarez. So this is an old article. This is when he fought Canelo.
Right.
It said that he was going to be guaranteed to earn $41.5 million on that fight alone, which equates to the largest purse in boxing history, which we know he's made more than that since. And you said it's a full $9.5 million more than the guaranteed $32 million he got to fight Guerrero. Now, it says that it was some fascinating insights into this his world. For example, he wears a minimum of $3 million worth of jewelry wherever he goes. He's making himself a target for people to get rich by robbing him, killing his guards and robbing him. I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet, to be honest.
Oh no, nobody want to go against his bodyguards. Like they like buff.
Shit, I'd put together a damn squad if I was one of
like this is what we gonna do.
Man, for real. Yeah. That's a $3 million heist on one man.
Yeah, yes, because like he got two big bodyguards, like bigger. Like
man, they ain't bigger than a bullet.
Yeah.
They ain't bigger than this bullet. They may think they is, but this bullet gonna lay your ass down. These bullets is big enough to lay Shaq down. Right. You know what I mean? People get killed for hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars. $3 million heist worth of jewelry, they could take that jewelry, break it down, and it's untraceable.
Yeah, but like you want to go rob Floyd house? Like, really?
Yeah. You don't even gotta rob his house, just rob him.
Yeah, like, yeah.
$3 million worth of jewelry everywhere he goes.
I can't really rob Floyd. You got big bodyguards around him. Shoot.
Right.
I gotta do it in the house. Yeah, you gotta do it in the house. You gotta do it in the house. Yeah.
Right. He never wears a pair of shoes more than once and leaves behind all his discards for fans, housekeepers, and hotel staff. So he just wastes money on clothes. He never wears the same pair of drawers once. They cost $18.
No, it's not hotel. It's just a lot of women.
Well, it say right here, he never wears the same pair of shoes more than once and leaves behind all his discards for fans, housekeepers, and hotel staff. Of course, they ain't want to say bust downs, but I'm sure they in the mix too.
He wears some low top Nikes, but he wear cowboy boots. I would say Cowboys boots. Yeah.
Right. Now listen to this. This is a big financial drain. Everybody that's ever done this that's made it big all went broke eventually. He's traveling. Look at MC Hammer. He travels with a 20-person entourage made up of friends, family members, and bodyguards, even a barber. This dude got a bald head. What the hell? You can't shave your own head, fool?
No.
Even though his head is shaved.
I said the same thing because he was like, it's a lady barber. Because when she was shaping up his hair, I'm like, where is it?
Right. And they even said that here, even though his head is shaved, he got a massage therapy who coincidentally happens to be a gorgeous female with a smoking body and very large breasts. Ha! Hey, she would travel with me too, though. God, at least you got a skill set. He a fighter, athlete. He probably like to get massaged and stay loose. He don't want to get stiff. And you know, when he do get stiff, she there to help, you know, get it back limber and loose and limp, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He get a little stiff, she get him in and sit on it.
Yeah. Well, at least he growed his hair back, beard back.
Right. He travels with a fleet of 12 Escalades that are usually transporting him from private airports.
Yes.
He flies with 2 private jets.
Right, yeah. His own, and then like the business thing for the money team thing. He has 2.
Right, his crew.
Yeah.
Come on. His checking account. This is the worst part right here. At one point during a visit to Foot Locker, why he ain't ordering this online, in Grand Rapids, Michigan. He in Grand Rapids, Michigan. They probably didn't even have nothing good in stock. Anyway, he pulls the interviewer aside to show him a bank slip. And at the bottom of the bank slip is the section that displays his current account balance. And it said a little more than $123 million in his checking account. And he had Foot Locker. Boy, he would get kidnapped. Like, I can't believe none of this is happening. And he's so public with this.
Definitely. I definitely
look at this. They got this right here.
I remember the Entourage. I had altercation with one of them, one of his rappers. Because he had owned his label called Filthy Rich Records. And I had an argument with one of his artists. And I'm looking at Floyd's people, it's like friends, bodyguards, his businessman, or his kids. One of his kids would be there. He was like so damn huge people, like so damn big. We'd be like 20. I'd say 20 of them.
Wow. Now listen to this, which he could make more money if he didn't have it in a interest account. I mean, in a checking account that only pays 0.5% interest. But he says that, assuming that that's what his interest is getting paid, 123 million. That's why a lot of people live off the dividends or live off the interest. But he could be making more. He losing money by keeping it in the checking account. Right. But that 123 million earns around $615,000 in interest a year. That's $50,000 a month in interest. Wow. But if he had put it into other investments, instead of getting 0.5, that's not even 1%. That's a half of 1%. Normally, people put it in other different accounts where they'll bring on average a 5% return on their investment. Other than the checking account, he'd be making $6 million a year.
Right.
So instead of 600,000, he could be making $6 million a year. Anyway, let alone if the bank fails and you lose everything and just have $250,000 and you lost 123 million. This right here is a receipt somebody found from David Tepper, who's a billionaire hedge fund manager. That's what I tell my son I want him to be, as a hedge fund manager. That's basically somebody that's managing other people's stock portfolio and different stuff, and they get paid for managing that stuff, commissions. Anyway, he accidentally left an ATM receipt behind after making a $400 cash withdrawal at a bank in the Hamptons, and the next person found his receipt, and it said an available balance of $99 million, $99,864,000. And you trying to get $400. What? $99 million in your bank account?
That's ridiculous. Wow.
That's not even fair, man. There's people out here, man. Wow. That is crazy. Mike, you say you was working at a Foot Locker when Floyd came in?
Yeah, that was way back when I just got out of high school. I was in high school. Actually, he came in the store with his group. He bought them all sneakers. I think he got like $5,000 in total.
What?
Yeah, that was the first time I know. I'm like, damn, Floyd really short. because I was like, I was helping one of his guys, and then Floyd passed by. I'm like, damn, Floyd, you really short. I don't know why people think they could beat up Floyd, because this dude is like,
he is real short though.
He's short. He's like
5'6" or something.
He's like no. He's like my 5'8".
Yeah, cause even I went out. Me like 18. I'm like, yo, I could beat this dude. But I'm like, nah, he probably.
You look at his height, because I saw Floyd. He was like short. You be thinking I could beat him, but like.
Yeah, that's why I think people be.
Yeah, when you see that boxer, and you like, nah, I can't.
Man,
he got big Samoan bodyguards at all times.
Oh my god, big one. I saw one with the mohawk. The mohawk that was buff. One black dude, one dude with the cat. The cat on his back.
It was a wild build up. So he probably got new ones, but
they probably still with him. He probably trust him.
Yeah, they still win. That was like around like when he fought Berto.
And where did you see Floyd, Mike? What city?
Yeah, I was in New York, so I was working in Times Square. There was a block in Times Square, so he came that one.
Okay. All right. So now let's go on to the next topic. Let's talk about LeBron right quick and what's going on in the NBA.
Right.
So LeBron, as we know, then got put out the first round.
Right.
You say what?
My Nets are winning though. You see them like drop a 30-piece on the Bucks the other day.
Yeah. But then James Harden get injured.
Man, we don't need him against the finals. As long as he's there for the finals, man, we'll be good, man. Besides that, we're all right.
We'll see. They're gonna need him to beat the Bucks and Giannis.
Yeah, he got a right hamstring.
We ain't worried about the Bucks, man. Nobody can stop us, man.
The Bucks got a more complete team. But let me get to this right quick. Then we'll get to that because I want to talk about LeBron. Then we'll talk about who I think is going to win it all, and we can break down what's happening in the playoffs. Right. So LeBron then got put out in the first round, and even ESPN did an article about how LeBron chance of pursuit of Michael Jordan is fading away. He got put out in the first round. He's not going to get those rings, them 6 rings that he's looking for. Other teams are getting better, stronger, while at the same time he getting older. And Anthony Davis is a great player, but he is so injury prone. So injury prone that they need more help. Plus, they depleted their entire roster to get him. Like Schroeder is their next best player, which we know that's going to be a problem. If he's their third best player.
Nah.
Schroeder is gone this season.
I don't feel like Schroeder their best player.
Third best player.
No,
it should have been.
When is this?
I was gonna say Kuzma. I said Kuzma.
But they put him on the bench now. What was you saying, Mike?
When was this article written in 2016? Because they're talking about LeBron being done for for a while now, so I'm not surprised that he wrote this.
Well, LeBron had to keep getting other people like Anthony Davis, the best player on the team right now. That's why he couldn't win without him. Yeah. But he's the best. LeBron knowledge and stuff is still great and top notch. But without Anthony Davis, he's not going to be able to do anything. He can't carry a team like he did in Cleveland the first time and carry them guys to a championship. He couldn't even carry them past the Suns. So, he needs Anthony Davis or somebody to that level now more than ever. Not to say he's a scrub now or this or that, but he's older. Basketball is a young man's game.
Right.
It just is. And although he's taking care of his body excellently, he need that help. Go ahead. What was you going to say, Mike?
Yeah, I didn't think the Lakers were going to do anything this year because they had a quick turnaround from last year. I think they had a month off until the season restarted. So after going through the whole season, then coming back a month later, AD out for 80% of the season. And then LeBron got hurt. That dude rolled over his ankle basically midway through the season, and he was gone for 7 weeks. So I'm like, there ain't no way this team gonna be ready for the playoffs. Because I think I think it was third seed before all those injuries came, and then they dropped all the way to 7.
Yeah, that's true. But injury's part of the game. But you got a good point. But as you get older, too, you get more injuries as well. And Anthony Davis, I don't think has played a full season ever in his career. I can look it up. What was you gonna say, S. Young?
No, yeah, because he had dealt with ankle injury. Then once his ankle healed, cause I remember there was a game against the Knicks. Brown was feeling better. And then I remember Fogan exposed it. Frank Vogel, the coach, exposed it. He said, "No, he's all right. He's all right. Exactly, he was already healed. He just didn't.
Right.
He just didn't want to play. Didn't want to play. And
well, LeBron then got spoiled in the sense that he wants to wait to the playoffs now and try to conserve himself, but also he don't want to play with the rest of his teammates unless it's Anthony Davis on the court.
Right.
He don't even want to play with them. Which they was broke as hell.
That's not true. That's not true, Jay.
You don't think so?
He played the first half of the season with Anthony Davis. He was playing everybody was getting on LeBron for not taking a break. They were saying, like, why are you not taking no games off? Because he went straight after. As soon as they came back from break, they thought, oh, LeBron's going to take like 2-3 weeks off the end of the season. Nope. He played every single game until that injury came, and then, he went back for like 5 weeks. 5 6 weeks.
I didn't hear about that. No, I heard that when he's gonna. I didn't hear that. Oh, he's gonna. I heard the opposite. The flip around when he's gonna play because he always be set down because his ankle was already healed. Because I've seen it in the Knicks.
No, Jay, Young, you're hearing it after he got hurt. After he got hurt, then people were saying when is he gonna play because he was awful strong. But I'm telling you, the beginning of the season, everybody was like, "Yo, he's playing too many games. He needs to take a break because of the quick turnaround."
Well, I wasn't finished yet. Because you interrupted me because I said no. Because I heard that. Man, I never heard that because he like I said in the Nets he was healed, but Frank Vogel exposed that, which I feel like Frank Vogel shouldn't have done that as a coach. He shouldn't expose that to your player.
You're talking about the end of the season, right?
Yeah,
that was the end of the season, right?
Yeah, because he shouldn't have done that. No coach should have done that. No coach should expose their players. Injuries and stuff like that. They shouldn't have done that. They should have kept that secret between you and the coach.
He may have did it on accident.
I don't remember. Yeah, I remember Frank. I don't remember Frank saying that, but I think the second half of the season is when people started saying, "Yo, LeBron, when you coming back, you was off so long."
Yeah, I mean they didn't use their players right either. Like Montrezl Harrell was pissed that they didn't use him right because they got Drummond, but Drummond ain't as agile as Harrell. Plus, he don't have that hustle. So I'm looking. Here's the Lakers stats for this year.
Right.
LeBron played 45 games. Anthony Davis played 36. Schroeder played 61 and was the third leading scorer with 15 a game.
Schroeder is gone this season. Watch.
I think he's gone too.
Yeah.
But I think he want to leave though. They did better with LeBron playing the point.
Yeah, they did way better. And one of the reasons LeBron didn't play the point this year because Schroeder was bitching about he wanted to be the starting point guard of the team. I'm like, you're not the best point guard on the team. LeBron, just back LeBron up. Do what Rondo did.
Right. And he only averaged 5.8 assists. Schroeder. LeBron still averaged 7.8 assists.
Yeah.
You know where the Lakers messed up?
Where?
The Lakers messed up when they should have kept either McGee or Dwight Howard because they needed that size, that agility, and that shot blocking. If you want to like do trades, you should have kept at least one of those two players.
But they got Big Drum, no?
Who?
Big Drum, Andre Drummond.
But he's like an undersized center, and McGee is 7 foot tall. He block shots. Dwight Howard could jump out the gym, block shots. You could because DeAndre Ayton, he was destroying Drummond, Marcus, so nobody could stop him. So they needed Dwight on that.
Yeah, Drummond's 6'10", but he 279 though.
Yeah, but he couldn't keep up with Andre.
No, he couldn't keep up. Dayton came out and showed people that he that business though this year. Chris Paul. Chris Paul is very underrated. If Chris Paul was 6'6", 6'7", he would already have won the ring by now. Because if you think about it, every team, even when he was with the Hornets, he took them to the playoffs, and he always made his players better. Tyson Chandler was decent with them. catching oops. David West was an all-star. He went to the Clippers. What happened?
If he stopped getting hurt in the playoffs, he always getting hurt in the playoffs.
That's true. He's too little.
But I said like for Montrez, I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel bad for him because what he did to the Clippers and what he did to the Clippers.
What you mean by leaving to go to the Lakers?
No, like because he exposed the Clippers locker room.
Doing what? I didn't hear that.
Hold on, Michael, because he had exposed the Clippers locker room by airing out that Kawhi was the locker room was just a mess, you know. So
I didn't hear that.
No, that was definitely rumor about that. He did say in the interview, and
Montrez?
Montrez, but for like, I feel like I wouldn't say DeAndre undersized. I would say Montrez undersized because he's a 6'9" center.
He is undersized.
Yeah, they got him listed as 6'7", 240.
6'7",
he definitely is very undersized. He's shorter than LeBron.
He's very short.
He's very limited.
Yeah, he's very
offensively.
What you say, Mike?
He can't do much offensively. All he does is like hustle. But like offensively, he had no jump shot. He don't do post moves.
Yeah,
I don't know why they got him. They should have kept Dwight besides him. They got rid of Dwight.
Score better than Dwight right now. He put up 13.5 points and 6 boards off the bench in 20 minutes a game. You say what? Didn't mean nothing.
It didn't help the Lakers though.
Right.
It didn't help Lakers.
It's like they don't need to score. They don't need scoring. They don't need much of scoring. Like
they need block shots.
Hold on, Michael. They need defense. They need to be defensive. They need defensively. That's why they should have kept. I feel like they should have kept JaVale and White. And definitely for point guard, I feel like Schroeder didn't fit in that Lakers squad because they needed a playmaking point guard like Rondo. They should have kept Rondo and let Rondo start. Let Rondo start and keep getting the ball for 80 and LeBron. I feel like they could have done that. Maybe they would have went back to back day this year. Man.
Okay.
You know who the waste of a roster spot? Wesley Matthews, man. I swear this dude was shooting 2% from the 3-point line this season. This guy did not hit anything, man. This guy was a waste of a spot, man.
Yeah, and also going back to what you just said, S. Young, and then I got somebody else to join in. But LeBron, their team was made up better for LeBron to succeed because he ran the point. So they had like Danny Green, a shooter to kick it out to. You know what I mean? Yeah, and then they had another shooter that left too. And then they had the big men, the big bodies, like you saying, to help back up Anthony Davis. Whereas this year they changed their whole team dynamic basically.
They had the biggest team in the league last year. That's why they beating teams down last year.
Yeah. Plus Kuzma was starting last year, I believe, as well.
No, he came off the bench. He came off the bench. He was more aggressive. He was more aggressive last year. I know this year he was.
Yeah. Plus Kuzma was starting last year. Hey, talking. Put your stuff on mute right quick before you come back. But yeah. Plus Kuzma was starting last year. Grubbin, you got to put your put your stuff on mute right quick.
Baker management and they're gonna come better this year. They have to.
Yeah. All right, talking and grubbing. What's up, brother? How you doing? You there?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
I hear you. How you doing, brother?
What's up, Jay? What's up, fellas?
What's up? What's on your mind, man? What you gonna talk about? LeBron?
I'm doing my live stream, tuning in, hearing y'all back and forth, but hearing y'all talking about the Lakers, I definitely feel the same way. They changed their whole dynamic. And also, I definitely felt it was a mistake of letting dudes like Rondo and Dwight Howard walk because you could have got them back on some team-friendly deals. You know, 1 year, 2 year deals. Harold, I like the addition of Harold, but Schroeder wasn't a good fit.
No.
He wasn't a good fit for the Lakers.
No. And they thought it was an upgrade over Rondo because he scores more than Rondo. But they need more facilitating, like S. Young was saying, than scoring from that position. You know,
Definitely.
yeah. So that really hurt them because Schroeder can't make any players better. And then he came
Right.
up with 0 points in one of the games in the playoffs.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. Do you think let me ask you this and then I ask everybody else, do you think LeBron has a chance at maybe getting up into the GOAT conversation with Jordan or surpassing him now? Because
I don't think he
ESPN
would
put this
surpass.
article saying
I
it's
don't
a
think.
wrap.
I don't think he would surpass him, but he still could be a top. I mean, say next year if he comes back, he could still be in the top 5 conversation, maybe. But I don't think he would be. Well, I don't think he would surpass Jordan.
Okay.
Top 5 in the
Mike,
league or
what you
top 5 all
think?
time? Now,
Mike, go ahead.
talking in Corbin, you said top 5 all time or top 5 in the league? You say, what you mean?
All time.
All time? I think LeBron's up there, like with Jordan. I think Jordan is still above him a little bit, but I think LeBron got a couple more years to, pass him.
Okay. S. Young, what you think about that?
I think S. Young.
S. Young, you there?
I think he took the weight a little bit. I think he hit back.
All right. Well, as far as that, I think LeBron is a top 5 NBA talent. I don't think no matter how many more years he play, he could beat Mike as far as the GOAT, because everything he's doing now is like a longevity, accolades, because he's already played more games than Mike, more years than Mike. So, like, if Mike would have played that long or that many games, who's to say what he would have did? Which is like the same with me with Kobe. And like even Karl Malone and like Kareem, all of them played more games, so it's not the same. They may have longevity careers like all-time scorer or pass him on scoring list or this or that. But at the end of the day, the accomplishments he has and the amount of games he played is damn near, it's almost unbeatable. You have to come out of your rookie year like dropping 26, 27 points a game and never look back pretty much in order to be in the GOAT with Mike. And then you got to go 6 for 6 or better in the finals. You can't lose, 2, 3, 4, 5 finals. And just because you played 30 years,
I think LeBron
you have 6, 7 rings.
Way tougher teams than Jordan.
Huh?
I think LeBron played way tougher teams. Like Jordan didn't beat a team in the final tougher than Golden State or the San Antonio Spurs. He never played a team that tough.
I don't agree.
So
the only thing I say, Golden State is probably better team than Jordan played as far as record wise. But the toughness, like he played that Seattle team that was a 60+ win team.
Bruh, come on. That Seattle team is no way better than that Golden State team. Stop it.
No, they wasn't better than Golden State. So that's why I say I don't think Mike may have played a team as good as the Golden State team with Kevin Durant. But every other team he played was better. And overall, okay, let's go to the record books.
He's better than San Antonio Spurs? Like no. No team played better than that San Antonio Spurs team.
Talking and grubbing, what you think on that right quick while I'm pulling it up?
Well, LeBron did have tougher West competition. I mean, to me, Portland, they were solid. The Lakers, they were cool, but they were getting older, and plus Worthy and Byron Scott didn't play in that 91 finals.
Yeah, they did.
But your Magic was like
wait a minute, Scott didn't. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. No, I don't think neither one of them played in that finals. I know Byron Scott didn't play.
I don't
Magic was like 100.
That was Magic last year. He still averaged 20 points, like 20 points and like 12 assists. He wasn't he was like 32.
Well, he was getting up there.
He younger than
that was old back then. Back then, that was old. That was considered old back in those days.
That's true because players didn't play past like 34 normally, 33,
right,
34.
That was considered old back then.
Yeah. but he was still not old for a legend. He was still producing. He led them to the finals. They did beat the Bulls the first game, and Mike had to, stomp that ass. But all right, so here's the finals right here for '91. All right, the Bulls, Mike, he averaged 31. Scotty averaged 20. Horace 14. John Paxson 13 and a half.
I'm not asking what he scored. I want to know who he playing against.
Right. I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna break down their records. Magic put up 18 points, 8 rebounds, and 12 assists. He damn near averaged a triple-double that season. That finals. And he was 31. 31. That ain't really old even back then.
Yes, that's old for back then. That's old. You know that's old for back then.
Okay, he wasn't young. I would say he would be on the back end of his career back then. He the second oldest player on the team.
For
third
me,
oldest.
When I'm comparing eras, I take into account what they like. What was the standards back then? I'm comparing those standards to today's standards.
Okay. Well, Mike was 27 at the time, so
he's a young bull. He's a young bull.
Okay. All right. Well, with that being said, Worthy was there. He put up 19 points a game, and he played 4 games. They had 5-game series. He played 4 of the games. He averaged 19 points, 3 boards, 2 assists, and Byron Scott played 4 of the games.
Is this team better than the San Antonio Spurs team that LeBron faced?
Let me pull up their record. Hold on. We'll see what their record was then.
And I think Talking and Grubman got subbed out.
Okay. Yeah, I can't see what's going on when I'm doing this. All right, let's see. Yeah. All right. So the Lakers, they were 58-24. They had a 58-24 record. They damn near won 60 games. 58-24. That's respectable, right? That's a good record. Especially back then when it was tough. People could foul you, chop you up, do whatever. All right, so they have 58-24. Let's see what LeBron.
Who was in the West? Who they faced in the West though? They faced like the Utah Jazz and
they had to beat the Houston Rockets, the Golden State Warriors, and the Portland Trailblazers in the conference finals. Who the Portland Trailblazers was a 50-plus win team as well. Olajuwon was on the Rockets then. Golden State, they beat 4-1. I don't remember who was on Golden State. I remember watching this Portland Trailblazers series. Magic was a beast. I remember he got this rebound in game 5 or 6, and then he rolled the ball down the court so that the time would run out and that it would nobody could catch it. And Magic was a smart player, man. Magic wasn't all that old.
Special guy. Yeah, he was a special guy.
This Portland Trailblazers team, now that I remember, had the best record in the NBA. They had a 63-19 record, and the Lakers beat them.
Jay, will you agree LeBron? Will you agree that LeBron's opponents are more talented skill wise than Jordan's? The players that Jordan went up against? They probably were tougher. They probably beat you up, but talent wise,
I think that they shot more threes, but I think that the talent James Worthy, I think they had higher top end talent between Magic, James Worthy, Divac.
I'm talking about Divac was I'm talking about the league. I'm talking about in the league. Yeah, in the league. Who had the more top talent?
I think back then, no,
Jordan time or LeBron James?
So here's the thing.
Jay.
Wait, let me explain. Let me explain. I think today that from top to bottom, the rosters are more athletic and that the players are maybe more talented, but they don't have the fundamentals. What I mean by talent, they can all run, jump. For the most part, they can shoot, but they don't know how to play. Everybody don't know how to play together like a team. For example, that Spurs team that beat LeBron with the Heat, they weren't a more talented team, but they were a better team. They played together better. Like LeBron, Chris Bosh, and D Wade were better than Tim Duncan at that point in his career. They were better than Kawhi, who was just a baby averaging 15 points a game. And Tony Parker and Ginobili was at the end of their career too. but they played together as a team and they beat the higher top end talent. Does that make sense?
Right.
Right. So like I think that and that just shows that you could be more talented, but this is a team sport. So if everybody playing their roles perfectly, they played their roles perfectly. You know what I mean? Then they can beat you. You could be better. Like LeBron was better than anybody on the court in that series as far as talent. D Wade was the second best player on the court between both teams as far as talent. You could argue maybe Kawhi would have came in after D Wade, but then it's Bosh again. You know what I mean? And then you would put in maybe Tony Parker or Ginobili or Duncan at that point. But they weren't a better, the Heat was not a better team at that time. So let me see. We can go to, he won in Miami there, won Miami there. He lost in the finals right here. So let's see. The Spurs, they was a 62 win team. All right, when they won.
The West was tough in that year too.
Okay, but the Lakers beat a 63 win Portland team to get
I don't think that Portland team was good, bro. I don't think that league. I don't think that West team was good. That West AE was good.
I don't know. We didn't look at everybody.
Every time, look, because honestly, when I talk to the old heads, they never talk about how strong the West was. They only talk about a couple of teams, or the Lakers.
That's because Jordan got all the attention back then.
Houston, what?
That's because back then everybody was fixated on Jordan and who played Jordan. So that's why people talk about the East so much, like New York and places like that, because they battled Jordan. Those were primetime games. You know, back then the NBA was on NBC when it came on the playoffs. And so I still remember it'd be like dun, 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 dun. You know what I mean? So those were the games that were nationally televised. So people would remember those games because they're gonna always see those games. You didn't get to see West Coast battles that much. You know what I'm saying? The Bulls and Michael Jordan was like, that's like LeBron always on TV on Christmas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So whoever he was playing, a lot of times it was the Lakers, then you would know about LeBron versus the Lakers on Christmas type stuff. Right. But does that mean that the Lakers was always the best? No. Is that Kobe was on the Lakers and they wanted to put on the show, and LeBron is the best player in the league during that time. So that's what happened. Now,
all I heard from the 90s was Seattle, the Knicks, the Celtics, Pistons.
Yeah, see, the Celtics was done in the 90s. The Celtics was done in the 90s. They didn't do shit in the 90s at all. They was actually done. Larry Bird last season was 1992, and he had back injury. That's why he retired. His very last basketball game was with the Dream Team. Same with Magic Johnson, because Magic had announced he had AIDS, HIV that year. So his last game as Magic Johnson was the finals against Jordan, because then he had to come out and say that he was HIV positive. He played on the Dream Team, but then he didn't play the season no more until he came back older, averaging like 15 points playing power forward because he lost his speed from being retired. So, you know, that's the difference. The Celtics and the Lakers prime was in the 80s. They won like what? The Celtics won 3, the Lakers won 5. So they won every championship in the 80s except for the 2 Detroit won and the the Sixers. You know what I'm saying?
When did Jordan face Lakers? When Jordan faced Lakers in 92?
91.
Also, yes, put my point. So the Lakers were old, like you said. But
they wasn't exactly old. Magic got HIV. Like he led them to the finals. They didn't get to play no more because he was done. He couldn't play. He had HIV. He didn't like fall off because of age. He fall off because of AIDS. So this team right here shows that how much they were a team and not that great athletically or had a superstar. Tony Parker was averaging 16 points a game, and he led that Spurs team. You see what I'm saying? Tim Duncan, 15 points then. Kawhi Leonard was averaging 12 points a game, bro. He was a baby.
Look,
and you talk about, Tim Duncan was 37. Tony Parker was 31, the same age as Magic. The same age Magic was.
If you got 6 people averaging over double figures, and that's a good team. What you mean? That's a well-balanced team.
That's what I said. They were a team. But that's what I said. They were a good team, but they weren't like no overpowering legendary team like that, in the sense that, like, how you make it seem they were better than the Lakers. I think Magic would have. I think the Lakers would have beat them. I think that 91 Lakers team would have beat them.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. S. Young, what you think? You think that 91 Lakers team would have beat this Spurs team?
Down Magic Johnson.
What kind of Spurs team?
This 2014 Spurs team that beat the Miami Heat. This is what I was just showing. This is what here with their best player that year was Tony Parker at age 31, the same age Magic was. He was averaging 16.7 points, 5 assists. You got Tim Duncan with 15 points, 9 rebounds. And then you got Kawhi with 12 points, Ginobili with 12, Bellinelli with 11, and Patty Mills with 10. Now, you got other people with 9 points a game. They were a good team, but I don't think they were so legendary, so much better than that Lakers team that Jordan faced in 91. Here, I pull up the Jordan 91 play, and they beat that Lakers team beat a 63-win Portland team. When that Spurs was a 62-win team, they beat this Portland team that had Drexler at 28 years old, dropping 21. Terry Porter, 17. Porter, 15. They had what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They had 7 people averaging 10 points or better. You see what I'm saying? They even had Danny Ainge.
I think Drexler's overhyped.
You think Jordan is over? Oh, Drexler is overhyped. Okay.
Drexler, come on.
Okay. Right. I couldn't hear it for a second, but yeah, I got you. Drexler was a good player. I watched him in his prime. Drexler was dope. If it wasn't for Jordan, he would have got more hype. I think he's a little underhyped and forgotten. He was easily the second best 2-guard in the NBA for a period of at least 4 or 5 years, but because of Mike, he didn't get the hype. He would have won a championship too, because that year that they went in 92, like they had the best record in the NBA for like 3 to 4 years in a row against the Pistons, the Lakers, and the Bulls. They were supposed to win it, but they didn't. Like they lost in the finals to the Pistons, they lost against the Bulls, and then they lost to the Lakers, but like that's in the Western Conference. But like they was knocking on the door for a period of like 4 years. Portland was beasting. Now look, this year that the Lakers faced the Bulls, Worthy was averaging 21 points. Magic at 31, same age as Tony Parker, was averaging 19 points and 12 and a half assists. He doing more than Tony. Then you got Byron Scott. Plus, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They got 5 people averaging double digits, and the 6th man was averaging 9.9, just 0.1 off of a double digit. Then they had another person with 9 points with AC Green bringing in 9.6 rebounds. Like they had a good team. So like they had 19 and 12 from Magic, 14 from Byron Scott, 13 from Perk, and Vlade Divac was putting up 11 and 8 rebounds, and that was his rookie year. So like I know people got a lot of recency bias and think these older guys or older teams wasn't that good or wasn't that deep. They were good, man. I watched them.
I'm not saying it wasn't good.
But I'm saying they were probably better than that 2014 Spurs team.
What I said was then I think that the 2014 Spurs team is better.
Okay, what we originally got on was that you said you think LeBron's competition in the finals was overall harder than Mike's.
Yeah, right. I still believe that. You didn't think it, so in my opinion.
Okay, no problem. That's your belief. I'm just saying I think only one team, which was that Golden State team with Kevin Durant, was better than any other team Mike faced. Other than that, Mike competition was better.
Now you overhyping. The only team, the best team that Mike faced was that Phoenix Suns team with Charlie Barkley and Mark Price and the other guy, Kenny. I think what's his name, Johnson.
Kevin Johnson. You talking about
Kevin Johnson?
Mark Price never played Phoenix.
No, he didn't. Mark Price played for Cleveland.
It was somebody.
So
who's that point guard they had?
Kevin Johnson. Kevin Johnson was their point guard. So here, let me ask you this right quick, and let me get to look and see some of these comments in a second. What is your criteria for a best team? Because it's hard for us to compare eras and different time periods. So, like, we can go by record. We can go by what? How many people are scoring double digits? Like, how do you know what team is better? Like, I've seen both eras, but then you can chalk that up to that's my opinion. So then, for you that hasn't watched both eras, what would I need to show?
Oh, listen. So look, I didn't watch the games like in real time like you did, but I used to watch old games, like old NBA final games, and I didn't think. And I was talking about the Lakers games, but they weren't because today I think the San Antonio Spurs, they're a better defensive team, better shooting team, better passing team, got better coach. Yes, the Lakers got the best player in Magic Johnson, but I think Kawhi.
You said they were better coached.
Yeah.
Pat Riley.
You think Greg Popovich is better than Pat Riley?
I don't think Popovich is better than Pat Riley. No.
Okay, that's your opinion. I think he is.
I think they are both very good, but they both have won. Wait, I think Pat Riley won more rings than Popovich, actually.
No.
Yeah, because he even coached that first championship with the Miami Heat with Shaq and D Wade.
Yeah,
so he got about 6 rings to Popovich's 5. So like I think they both have coached like different styles, although Pat Riley has won with different players in different eras, whereas Popovich only won with Tim Duncan. And after Tim Duncan left, he ain't did shit. So like he had a 20-year winning streak. That was Tim Duncan's career. Like when he won his first championship, it was David Robinson and Tim Duncan. So like,
what you mean? Most of Pat Riley's rings is with Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, but he also was a winner with the Knicks, though. He won a championship in Miami.
He won a championship
years later from. He didn't, but they was a 50+ win team every year.
Okay,
and that was with a totally different crew of people.
And
like Popovich had LaMarcus Aldridge and other players, and he can't win. Huh?
But Pop went to playoffs with the same team for 30 straight seasons. What do you mean?
But it was with Tim Duncan, though.
No, after when Tim Duncan retired, he still was going to the playoffs. He wasn't winning the chip, but he still.
But I'm gonna say to me, I would say two answers. I'm gonna say I would say the Spurs actually. Then I like what Jay's very right about Ron's competition, because Ron's competition was that struggle was the Mavericks and the Warriors. Definitely was the Mavericks and the Warriors, and I would say, and the reason why I said the Spurs because they wasn't. Because I'm like, who's gonna stop a young Kawhi Leonard? Because young Kawhi Leonard was definitely hungry, so I felt like he would have gave James Worthy problems.
Kawhi Leonard was averaging 12 points a game then. That's why I just broke down.
Yeah, hold on, Michael. I don't really look at this. I'm not really like don't look at the stats. I looked at the way I looked at like how Kawhi plays in the sixth season, because Kawhi was very good offensively and defensively. I feel like he would have gave James Worthy problems defensively. He would give him problems defensively, and for the Lakers. And no, I feel like he wouldn't guard James. I feel like he would guard Magic
He's going Magic for sure.
Yeah, he's going. I feel like going Magic. And for Tony Parker's fast. He's very fast. Very small guy, very fast. With the
Who's
ball.
going Tim Duncan though?
Man, Tim Duncan wasn't an offensive threat in 2014.
Man,
you could have put Vlade Divac on Tim Duncan, and that would have been more than enough.
Yeah, Tim would have been effective. I feel like most effective. I feel like would be very effective. Tony, I feel like it would be Tony Kawhi. I feel like Tony too fast. Was very fast, because you might never know he's going to pass you like floater. And for I did say Kawhi Leonard and Danny Green. Young, hungry Danny Green coming off the bench, very
balling now.
I feel like they Lakers worry about that, And
all right, look, listen to this. That Lakers team in '91, Worthy in the finals. This is in the finals against the Bulls now. Worthy dropped 19 a game. That's against Scottie Pippen. Was Scottie Pippen better than Kawhi at that time? Scottie Pippen was already top defensive small forward. Worthy still dropped 19 on Scotty. But you think a young 12-point per game Kawhi would do better? Okay, Magic dropped 18 points. Without Michael. You said okay, but we talking about what y'all said that they would do, the Spurs would do. And
you don't think Scotty's that good? You don't think Scotty
was an all-star that year. Kawhi wasn't even an all-star. Kawhi was 12 points a game. That he wasn't even Kawhi Leonard of today. So Scotty was better at that moment than Kawhi was in his moment.
But what I'm talking about, I think as you're talking about, like defensively, like at that time Kawhi was a beast, so we're gonna have him on Magic.
But Scotty was better. Man, so you saying Kawhi Leonard, when he was averaging 12 points a game, his third season, was a better defender than Scottie Pippen, who went to the Dream Team that year, who was the best small forward defender in the NBA.
Jay, why you keep bringing up points? We're talking about defense right now.
I just said he went to the Dream Team, and he was the best small forward defender in the NBA. The reason I'm bringing up points is to show and prove that Kawhi Leonard wasn't fully who Kawhi Leonard is today. He was a pup. And I could bring up steals, I could bring up rebounds and all of that. So, in blocks, if you want. So, look, let's see. All the defensive statistics.
I'm going to say this. Kawhi would give LeBron trouble in the finals. You don't think he's going to get Magic trouble?
LeBron is different than... You trying to talk about what LeBron did. LeBron had trouble in the finals against a lot of people, which is why I don't consider him. You know what I mean?
LeBron is better than Magic. I think LeBron's better than Magic, and I think Kawhi will give Magic. I think Kawhi will give Magic trouble. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, he might have. I'm not saying he wouldn't. But Scottie Pippen did lock down Magic for the most part. They had Scottie sticking Magic Johnson. They switched it up and had him sticking Magic Johnson in that finals.
You say he averaged a triple-double, though?
Huh?
Did you say Magic averaged a triple-double? In the
Damn
finals?
near, but it's more about what you... So that's why you have to look game by game. So you have to look after they switched and put Scottie on them. I think that was in maybe game 2 or game 3. They put Scottie on Magic, and then he didn't produce as much because the Lakers won the first game, but then the Bulls won the next 4 straight games. But look, in that year that they went to the finals, Scottie, he averaged 2.5 steals a game, 6.2 assists, and 7.3 rebounds. It's hard to get a real defensive statistic other than you have to see it and watch the games to see what they actually did.
Don't they have defensive efficiency on this or no?
I don't see that right here. Let's see. Yeah, they don't have it right here that I can see on here. Let me see. Advance, offensive rebound percentage, defensive rebound.
Actually, who they think is better? This 2014.
Okay, here we go. Right here. Here it is, defensive win shares, an estimate of the number of wins contributed by a player due to defense. This is a defensive win shares or a defensive plus minus right here. So defensive win shares in 91, Scotty had a 5.4 for defensive win shares, and defensive box plus minus, a box score estimate of the defensive points per 100 possessions a player contributed above a league average player. So he had 2.5, and he had a 2.5 defensive box plus minus, and he had a 5.4. So let's see what Kawhi had in 2014. Let me remember these numbers because I forgot them that fast. All right, 5.4 and 2.5. All right, remember 5.4, 2.5.
That's God, right?
How the hell you spell Kawhi Leonard?
Kawhi.
There we go. Y'all remember those numbers?
So I remember it was 12, 15.
12? Man, what?
No, I'm checking this rookie year. My bad, it's rookie.
It was what, 2.4 and 5 point something.
Yeah.
So in 14, he had a 3.9 and a 3.0. So that's lower defensive win shares, 3.9, and a lower defensive box plus minus a 3.0. He got 3.9, 3.0, 3.9, 3.0. I'm pulling it up now. Remember, 3.9, 3.0.
I ran it down.
3.9, 3.9, 3.0, and here goes Scotty. And this is in the season. Scotty had a 5.4 and a 3.2. No, and a 2.5.
2.5. Look at
so
you, Jay.
He had 5.4. He had a 3.9. So Scotty almost got damn near 2 points higher than him almost. And then he got 0.5 points lower as a defensive box plus minus. So he pretty much is, if you add both numbers up, he was a better defender.
No, you can't. That's how it works. You add both numbers.
I mean, I'm trying to do an average. I mean, okay. So then do it this way. Kawhi had a 3.9 for defensive win shares. Scotty had a 5.4.
Jay, that's like me adding, if you add up the minutes and you add up his 3-point percentage.
Okay, let's not add it up.
Like, come on, that's two different statistics. You can't just add those up.
I'm trying to come up with a composite for defense, though. So look, if you do a 3.9, Kawhi had a 3.9. Is 5.4 higher than 3.9? That's 1.5 higher than him. 1.5 higher. And then he had a 2.5. Then he had a 2.5. Kawhi had a 3.0. So that's just 0.5 higher. So if anything, Scotty was a better defensive player.
What is the defensive win shares?
Scotty had a 5.4 in defensive win shares. Kawhi had a 3.9.
Okay, that's contribute as the team for the team. I'm talking about individually. So go to the other one. What's the other one?
Defensive. The other one is defensive box plus minus. A box score estimate of the defensive points per 100 possessions of a player contributed above league average player. So
Scotty had a 2.5. That means quite better.
No, it does. So because he had a 0.5, not even 1 whole point, because he had a 0.5 point better. He's better than him, but Scotty had 1.5 points better in win shares, in defensive win shares, but forget that number. Kawhi better because he had 0.5 better in the box.
I'm saying Scotty's better in team defense. But this says right here to me, team defense, Scotty's better, but one-on-one defense, Kawhi's better.
No, I wouldn't see it that way. I mean, if you come out, if you have $0.5 more than me, that means you got 50 cents more. You're not even a full point above him. It's so close right there that you have to look at the other one because it's the exact same.
Jay, listen.
I've been listening.
But I read from the what's the name of it? OBPM? Oh no, ODP. Yeah. So that what I read from that description. No, that's the next one to the right.
Defensive box plus minus. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm reading from that means that's one-on-one defense. So your man scoring the ball on you. So that means he's a better individual defender in 2014.
So he gets a half a point more.
He's still better. That's still better individually.
Oh
so
man, that ain't even enough.
Listen,
They played a team sport, right? So as a team, Scotty contributing to wins. He's helping his team win more because of his defense than Kawhi. It doesn't matter if he's stopping him from scoring a half a point. No, listen, I just listened to you. Listen,
matter.
No, it doesn't, because that half a point is not contributing to wins. It's not helping his team win more. So his defense is not. His defense is not better.
If you let me finish, it makes sense.
I just listened to you say. You said he contributed more to wins.
But yeah, then you just kept talking and you didn't let me finish. But listen, because what did this argument start off? I said, who's going to guard Magic better? And that second stat, the defensive, per minute stat, that says that Kawhi is a better individual defender than Scotty.
Would that have helped them win more? But would that have helped them win? Because defensive win shares is what's the key, right? He may have scored less points, but like we all see, Kawhi doesn't help his team win more even now. And he doesn't make his players better as much. So this defensive win shares, Scotty would have helped his team win more than Kawhi with defense. So whether Magic scored a half a point more or less, Magic would have still helped his team win more games, and they would have lost in the end more than Scotty would have if he was in that position.
Well, let's just agree to disagree, because it's not just Scotty and Kawhi. I'm talking about the entire San Antonio Spurs team.
But you're focusing on this category only because Kawhi had a higher number, basically. This says defensive win shares. Is winning the game more important to you, or your guy scored less points than you, but you still lost the game?
But Jay, you're not listening. We were talking
I am listening. Answer the question, though.
No, because what I read the description that I read that you showed us, it says one-on-one defense. Like I'm going you.
Okay, but what does this description say? Okay, what does this description say? Read this one.
Due to a player defense.
It says defensive win shares, right?
Yes.
So is winning the game and winning the championship more important, or is it one-on-one defense? Your player scored less than me, but we lost the game more important.
Jay, that's not what we're arguing though. It's not,
you just said that to you. Kawhi is better because in the description it's one-on-one defense.
Oh my God!
It's one-on-one defense, right?
Jay,
you just keep changing that, right?
No, you keep changing my argument. You keep changing it to what.
Okay, so what? Say it again, then.
So I say, look. This argument started. Who will guard Magic better, Scotty or Kawhi? You keep saying that. I'm saying Kawhi is a better player overall. I'm not saying that. I'm saying one-on-one in that series, I think Kawhi would be a better matchup for Magic than Scotty would be. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I didn't say you said Kawhi is a better player. I said Kawhi is not a better. Let me finish. I just listened to you. I said Kawhi is not a better defender than Scotty. Scotty was a better defender than Kawhi. You're saying player overall, which Scotty was a better player than Kawhi at that moment in time anyway. But not only was he a better player, he was a better defender. I'm saying overall and defensively, Scotty was a better player. Any category you want to slice it, Scotty was a better player on the court in that category at that moment. I'm just saying, is Kawhi Leonard a better player today than Scottie Pippen ever reached in his peak? Yeah. But at this point,
but Jay, you keep changing the argument.
I'm not changing it. I said Scotty was a better defender. Scotty defended Magic better. He locked Magic down. That's one of the reasons they lost the series. I mean, that I watched it. I'm sure I could Google articles about it, about how Scotty put D on in the clamps on Magic Johnson during that time period. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, we see like LeBron got shut down by JJ Barea with Dallas. Like LeBron has came up short in big moments before by lesser players.
That's not because of JJ Barea.
I'm just saying, like okay, they was putting people like that on him. Like
you really gonna put your money down saying JJ Barea stopped LeBron in 2011?
No, I'm just saying they were putting people on him like JJ Barea, and it was effective. Is JJ Barea a better player or a better defender than LeBron or Kawhi or Scott? Of course not. I'm just bringing up the point that LeBron has been stopped before in NBA finals. He came up short by lesser players.
Choked. He wasn't stopped by JJ though.
Somebody was guarding him. Who was guarding him that made him choke?
No, it wasn't because it was him. We're not talking about LeBron right now. You see, again, you're changing the argument. I'm saying.
Well, the reason I'm bringing up LeBron is because that's who Kawhi played in that series in 2014, and that's why he got a name made for himself, because he locked down LeBron and shut down LeBron, and that's the only reason I'm bringing up LeBron, because that was who Kawhi played. He couldn't play
Magic. Or Magic. Who you think is better, LeBron or Magic? Who you think is the better
at that point in time? You mean overall in a career or in that?
No, that year, 2014, LeBron or 91 Magic?
That's a good question. That's a good question, man. Damn, man, that ain't that easy to say, man. Like Magic made everybody better. Magic didn't necessarily like.
And LeBron did it? Come on,
LeBron got shut down by Kawhi Leonard, who was still a pup in the league at the time, man.
But that's all Kawhi had to do was guard LeBron. So that's what I'm saying. All Kawhi will have to do is focus his energy on Magic. That's all he had in that series.
But you saying that does LeBron? I'll disagree on that, because Magic is a playmaking point guard. LeBron's just a point forward, whatever. So he does need to be playing point. To be honest, that man does.
Who's a better playmaker? Who's the better playmaker? LeBron.
Magic.
By a little, but not by a lot. Not by a lot. By a little.
No, it's not.
By a whole lot, though. Actually,
a whole lot.
Hell,
yeah, Magic is a way better playmaker than LeBron.
LeBron did not play with the all-time leading scorer. He did not play with James Harden. He did not play.
I thought all-time leading scorer. I thought Wade was a leading scorer on their team.
I think LeBron still led the team in scoring, but D-Wade led, and that's another thing. All-time leading scorer Kareem is a longevity stat. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean like he was the 30-point a game scorer like Jordan was.
When was he at his prime though?
Oh, Kareem?
He was with Milwaukee and
with Lakers. He was at his prime.
He didn't even make the playoffs the year before Magic came. Kareem. That's like, we can look it up. And that was before James Wade and all those other guys got there too. So that was before what?
That was before James Wade and those other guys got there too.
Right. James Worthy came in, I think,
look at these numbers, man.
Okay. That's a longevity stat. So Kareem scored 30 points a game his second and third and fourth year in the league. I'm talking
about with the Lakers. I don't care about the Milwaukee. I'm talking about Lakers. Go to Lakers.
But you said when was he in his prime? I said, well, Milwaukee. Yeah, so look, he dropped 30 points a game. 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 6 years. 4 out of 6 years, he dropped 30 points a game. He got to the Lakers.
So you say
at age 28. Let me finish. At age 28 with the Lakers.
24 is his prime? Are you
most NBA players, and I can show you a list of damn near any NBA player when they at 24 to 27, that's their best stats ever.
Jay, I'm asking you at 23 years old, you think that was his prime?
It's showing it. Look, this is his best stats. Look, listen. At 24, 23, 24, he led the league in scoring. he averaged 16 boards, 31 points. The next year, 34 points, 16 boards, 30 points, 16 boards, 27,
but
15
were they winning?
boards.
Were they winning? Were they winning?
He won the championship with Milwaukee.
So
he won the NBA title with Milwaukee during that time. Yeah, they were winning.
What year? Well, I know he did, but what year?
What, he supposed to win every single year? He didn't win every single year with the Lakers.
Jay.
What?
Every time
I don't know offhand, but I can look it up. Like every time you say something, I prove you wrong with it, and you change up to say, "But what year were they winning?" Yeah, but did they? But what year? Then I'm gonna show what year. Huh?
Jay, you know why I say that? Because every time I ask you a question, you keep telling me something else. I'm like, all right, so I'm just playing the game. I'm gonna play this game with you because you keep changing.
No, I'm answering your questions.
No,
I'm answering your questions. I told you. You said, when was Kareem's prime? I said Milwaukee. I pulled it up and I'm showing you. Then you said, so what? When he 24, 26, that's his prime? I said, yeah, I'm showing you his stats. So when his stats are better at that age than any other year. You didn't even let me get to showing you how his stats are lower when he was with the Lakers. I was about to finish showing you, but you went to the next thing. So now he won the championship in 1971. Here we go. This is the year he won the championship.
23 and 24 years old. I'm asking you.
Forget there you go.
Because you watched the games, right? Correct? Yes or no?
I wasn't even born in 1971.
But you're more familiar during that time than me. Then you're more familiar.
Right. I've seen the clips and I know about the history of it.
Okay, so I'm asking you forget the stats. Your eyes. Was 23 and 24 his prime?
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's when he was the number. Listen. So let me just ask you this. You saying let me finish. So at age 23, he led the league in scoring, and he averaged 16. What matters then? Like you ask him prime. Let me just say this: you ask him somebody prime when they're doing the most and the best they ever did in their career. That's their prime, bro.
That doesn't mean that's their prime. That doesn't mean though. That doesn't mean because they scored the most points. That's their prime.
He scored the most and averaged the most rebounds, and he won the championship as the main guy there in that period. Then he averaged 34 points a game, 16 boards. He averaged, I showed you, for a time period of 6 years, he averaged 30 points a game 4 out of those years. He then went to the Lakers, okay, and never averaged 30 points again, ever. He averaged 27 his first year. Look, listen, he went down in scoring almost every year. 27, 26, 25, 23.8, 24. Because you keep cutting me off. I'm still trying to make the very first point of how his prime was in Milwaukee. You talking about I'm not letting you respond. You never let me finish making the point. I'm proving to you that his prime was in Milwaukee.
In OKC or Golden State?
Who?
Do you think KC was KD? Do you think you better in OKC or in Golden State?
He was better in OKC.
No,
that's a fact.
He was not better in OKC.
Oh my God, bro. He was. So because he had a 73 win surrounding cast so that nobody can guard him and double team him, and he was able to shoot free over people. That's his best. He was double teamed in OKC. He still led the league in scoring like 4 or 5 times. He took them to the finals as the best player on the team by himself with Westbrook as the star when he was younger.
He had Westbrook and James
Harden was coming off the bench, bro.
He still was Sixth Man of the Year. He was Sixth Man of the Year.
I'm saying no, he wasn't James Harden of today. He was, but I didn't say he was a scrub, but he was at the peak of his power when he was in OKC. S. Young, do you think Kevin Durant was at the peak of his power in OKC or the 3 years when he was?
I told about his peak.
I got something to say about it. He reached his peak. He reached his peak once he got to the MVP. And once he made to the finals the first time, I feel like
he was MVP of the NBA when he was with OKC.
And for you saying that Kareem was not his prime, that Kareem was in his prime. That's how prime to me is. That Kareem was in his prime when he was with the Bucks. That was his prime.
Yeah, that's his prime. He was the best player in the league then.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your point.
I did. I finished.
No, it's about Jay. No, Jay. Jay.
I'm saying the definition of a prime player, athlete, is that's the best they ever were in their career. It don't matter if you're talking about baseball, football, basketball. Huh?
Let's look up the definition of prime. Look up the definition of prime. I need the definition.
Oh my God, man!
Like you're telling me your definition. Tell me what's the definition of prime.
As Young, what do you think? Do you think what's the definition of being in the prime athlete, the prime of your skills?
I'm saying to myself, okay, for you, if you want to be, to me, my definition of a prime is a guy that's take his team to the playoff, win some finals, and also have be the scorer of the team, the best scorer in the team, and have their peak. What?
No, I'm just saying what's up to Slim.
Yeah, Slim, you got the win, Slim.
Young Slim, what's up, brother?
Yo, what's up, man?
Yeah. All right. Y'all have heard us talk about what's the prime. What do you think is the prime athlete? Is it when they won a championship with another team, or is it when they at the peak of their powers? The best that they could be.
The peak of their powers.
Right. I agree.
Are you asking me? Or?
I'm asking you, Slim. What's your opinion?
All right. The prime. Okay. I'm gonna give you an example. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. Tom Brady won 3 championships, but his first 3 championships, he wasn't in his prime, but he still won 3 championships.
Exactly.
He didn't get in his prime until later on in his career.
Like so when he had Moss.
Moss, yes. So when he had Randy Moss, he was in his prime. But he still won championships, but he wasn't in his prime. So I would say that. The prime of your career is when you're playing your best individually.
Right. You're at the top of your game.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
So, Mike, when a player is scoring the most and the best of their career, that's not their prime to you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, look. Your main argument, you just keep going straight to points. I'm talking about overall.
I can't hear myself.
I think Kareem was at his best when he was with the Lakers because he didn't have to do as much as he did in Milwaukee. He had way more help, but he was still the best player on the team. He was more efficient. He did way more. He blocked more shots. He did pretty good defense, and he was always in the MVP conversation. So my definition of prime is when you're always like top 3 in the MVP conversation during that stretch. So points doesn't really matter. Points doesn't mean like, oh, you're at your prime because you just got the ball a lot and you score the ball. You just shut the ball out in your team. So let me give you an example. Like Devin Booker. Devin Booker was scoring like, how much was he scoring? Like 25 points a game. You think I don't think he's in the prime day. I think it's like 22, 23 years old. I think he needs to wait a couple more years before he gets in his prime. When he's consistently like
prime can come at different points in your career though too.
But hey, I'm not finished yet. See, you see what I mean? Like I can't.
I just said one thing. I was done. I ain't stop you.
So, yeah, you did stop because I listened to what you said. But
look.
So look, that book like prime. So my definition of prime is you're consistently in the MVP conversation, top player in the league, and you're getting your team to the playoffs to win the championship.
Okay, that's a good point. And I didn't say only points. I said rebounds.
That's all you
showing everything else. I'm going off of every statistical category. I was naming them.
Right.
I didn't just say he scored the most points. That's his prime. I said he scored the most points. He averaged 16 rebounds.
Oh my God!
Did you hear me saying he was averaging 16 rebounds and he was winning the championship?
I heard you say that. Yeah.
No, the first thing you said was 37 points, 36 points.
That's the first thing, but that's not all I said. I kept talking. I was still going. I didn't just say 36 points, prime. I kept saying he
Because
averaged
you
30.
keep interrupting him, Michael. That's why he couldn't. Yeah.
Man,
Now, go ahead,
you thought that's what I was saying.
point.
That was it. That wasn't all I was saying. So, like I was saying, he led and scored the most and did the most during that time period. Now, what you saying about being in the MVP? He was the MVP of the league too during that time period.
I'll say to me, Kareem best year was definitely the Milwaukee. I wouldn't say
Look up his awards. Look up his awards.
No, wait, hold on, Michael, don't interrupt me, because let's be honest, Mike, because man, Milwaukee was averaging like round 30s, like round 28 to 30, 28 to like 27 to 30. When he got with the Lakers, his numbers went down because he never. What you mean slow? Like his numbers.
Who was averaging 30? That's young. Who was averaging 30?
Kareem was when he was in Milwaukee. But to me, I feel like that wasn't.
Okay, but who was?
Hold on, Michael, because like to me, hold on, Mikey, because you keep interrupting me. Go ahead. Yeah, because like Kareem, I would say that wasn't his best shit because he was getting older. Plus, he was dealing with injuries. Plus, he was dealing with injuries at the time. So Magic had to help. Magic was the best.
Somebody got some music or something going on.
Can I respond to that, Sion?
Yeah. Hold on, because like.
Let me just say one thing right quick, just to give y'all something to talk about. You said MVP conversation, right? Y'all can see this. So Kareem left the Bucks in 74, 75. Right. He won 1, 2, 3 MVP awards with the Bucks. He won 3 of them with the Bucks, and he was in the top 5 conversation with the Bucks every year while he was there. He won 2 more his very first 2 years with the Lakers. So he won 3 MVPs damn near every out of 6 years. He won 3 out of 6 years MVP with the Bucks. All right, go ahead. Mike, you there?
There was like a loud cell phone sound. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, no, I was saying, so in his 6 years with the Bucks, he was the MVP of the NBA 3 years, 3 out of the 6, and won a championship. And then he was with the Lakers for 14 years, and he won the MVP the first 2 years with the Lakers. So that was still part of his peak, but it was the first 2 years with the Lakers, and he was with them for 14 years, won 3 MVPs, but 6 years with the Bucks and won 3. And led the league in scoring, and won the championship, and was averaging 16 boards a game.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Shaquille O'Neal.
So did it show the MVP?
Hold on, Mike.
Brees? No, go ahead.
Go ahead, Slim.
Shaquille O'Neal was a prime example of when you're in your prime and when you're not in your prime, and you have more team success. I would say Shaquille. He played great with Orlando. Great. Took him to the finals, but he still wasn't in his prime. He didn't get into his prime until like a couple seasons into when he was with the Lakers. But when he was in his prime, they didn't have the most team success. You know what I'm saying? Like he won MVPs. They won a championship. Oh, no. They won a couple championships, but he was in his prime. But even when he was in his prime, they didn't have the most team success, if that makes any sense.
Right. I agree with you, except for the last part about the most team success. Shaq, when he was in his prime, had the most team success, I think. So, like, here's Shaq's stats right here. So, with Orlando, his first year, I'm just going by points so I don't have to talk all this stuff that long. But he put up 23, 29, 29, 26 in his first 4 years. He left. Now, when he was with the Lakers, he went to 26, 26, 28, 26. Now, at 2000 is when he entered his prime. That's when they won their first championship. So if you go, so if you go from 2000 to probably 03, you know what I'm saying? That's his prime. He was putting up 29, 28, 27, 27. You know what I mean? And they won, although they lost his fourth year.
I agree, but I feel like most of that team success wasn't just because of him. It was because of Kobe being in his prime.
Right. I don't think Kobe was in his prime yet, though. Then,
you know what? I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think Kobe was in his prime later on.
Right. When he took them to three finals, that's Kobe's prime.
Yeah, I think that was Kobe's prime. But Kobe was just still great, though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. He was still great. But he wasn't in his prime yet.
You know what? You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I feel like
if you look at this, after this 4 years of Shaq's prime, he went down from 27 to 21, 22, 20. Then he never even scored 20 points a game again.
Yeah. He was so dominant at one point, and then when he fell off hard.
Yeah.
But he still won a championship with the Heat. You know, that so and D Wade wasn't in his prime. He was just great, you know.
Right. Yeah.
But when D Wade was with LeBron, I think D Wade's prime was before LeBron got there.
Right. It was like 1 or 2 years before LeBron, and it was like when he lost in San Antonio, D Wade knees was shot.
Yes.
To me, his prime was 06 and 09. It was definitely those two seasons was Wade's prime was 06 and 09.
He led the league in scoring the year before LeBron came.
09, yeah.
Yeah. So here's 09. So if you want to say D Wade's prime was 09, although he was great when he was putting up this 27 with Shaq, he was still not ready to take over by himself like he could. You know what I mean? He was still a good player. And then he was hurt this year because he was at 27. Then he really got hurt at 24 points. He only played 50 games both of these years. But then he came back with 79 games, led the league in scoring. But he took a team that didn't have much to the playoffs, but he couldn't win.
Yeah, first round, yeah.
Right. And then LeBron came in 10, right?
2010 to 11 season.
Yeah, okay. So he was putting up 30, 26, 25. Then that's when it was over for him when he was 30 years old, because he dropped from 30, 26, 25 to 22, 20. You know what I'm saying? 21, 19, 20. You know what I mean? He couldn't do it like he used to no more. His knees was gone.
D Wade got old real fast, bro.
Yeah.
I've never seen it happen like that.
Right. I think he took the meniscus out of his knee.
Mm-hmm.
Like D Rose had that meniscus knee injury, but he sat out a year and they tried to repair it, which that's better for you long term. D Rose, D Wade had it taken out, which you could get back on the court faster, but now your bone is against bone and it's going to age you faster.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why he fell off faster.
And for players like Dwayne Wade and D Rose, they were you gotta remember they were explosive players, so they were constantly jumping up and down, running up the court. So that was our pressure on the league. That's why I say Zion. I don't think Zion's gonna last that long in the league if he keeps playing the way he's playing right now.
Yeah, because he got a lot of weight on his body. It's all muscle, but he's very heavy to be 6'7".
He's and he's short. He's short too. He's not that tall, so the weight is not that distributed that much.
Yeah, he's like almost like what 270 Zion. So that's like really big to be
like 6'8", 6'7".
Yeah. Like
6'6".
for example, that's Scottie Pippen's height, 6'7", 6'8". Scottie was like 200 or 210.
Yeah, he's like 210.
So like
210.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, they got him at 6'7", 284.
Yeah, that's why I said like around 280, like 280.
Wow, that's as heavy as Shaq in his prime.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's like Shaq's size.
I think I was telling you, Jay. Like I don't think he's gonna last that long. If he keeps at that weight, jumping around like he does. His knees
won't be able to take it. His knees
No,
won't take it.
no, it's gonna be.
He has
hard.
to lose weight. He has to lose weight, man.
Yeah, yeah, and that's a natural all muscle, but still, that's a lot of weight on him. He better learn how to shoot. That'll preserve his career. That's the one problem that D Wade and D Rose didn't do good enough is, and once they had them problems with their knees with explosiveness, they should have started working on their 3-point game more. You know, and D Wade, he never really became a 3-point shooter, really. D Rose a little better, huh?
He was a good 3-point shooter. Like his MVP year, he was lights out.
Rose,
yeah,
he was about 30-something%, which is better than he was before. But
they got
Shaq listed at 325 right here. But at one point he was like 280. That must be when he was really old.
But he's 72 though, right?
If that's true, he's much bigger than him. So I'm pulling
Jay,
up D Rose. Go ahead.
Jay, who you got in the game tonight? LA or Utah?
I got LA. Only because, well, really, Utah has a better team, and Donovan Mitchell is a beast, but his height. You think so? I think overall, top to bottom, they do. Utah.
Because I count coach too. Because I don't know if people count coaching. I count coaching as well.
Okay. You think Tyronn Lue is that much better than what you call it?
I think he's a better fit for that team because he's more of a player's coach. So he plays to, like, when you play LeBron, he plays to LeBron's strengths. You don't try to make him do something new or whatever. And he treats him. And I think he has a better relationship with his players. But Utah has to show me in the playoffs. I haven't seen him do it in a while. And to be honest, I haven't seen the Clippers do it, so I don't know. So it's gonna be a show me series. So I got LA. Got LA in 6 games.
Yeah, Utah had the best record in the NBA this year. They coach Quinn Snyder. That's his name. He's pretty good though. He's not bad. I'm not saying. I don't know much about him. He doesn't get as much publicity as Tyronn Lue has, or as much success as Tyronn Lue has had lately with LeBron and now with the Clippers. So
it's Utah. That's why it's Utah.
Right.
Also, Donovan and Gobert, they would be in it this year. They got Boban. They got Boban on that team too.
Yeah. No, you talking about 7-foot Boban? What you call it?
Yeah, the European dude.
Bogdanovich.
Yeah,
man, he be killing.
Yeah, Bogdanovich dropped 17 a game, man. Jordan Clarkson is their second leading scorer with 18 a game. And I always thought the Lakers gave up on him too quick. The Lakers would definitely have been better if they would have kept him after the Kobe years, because he was always an instant offense kind of guy, man.
No, I think he's in a good situation right now. He's in a good situation right now, but to lean on him now. But before, he's a good scorer, but
I think he would have been perfect for them to come off the bench, like Lou Williams type role.
Yeah, LeBron doesn't have it.
Yeah, that's their problem though. Every time LeBron come off the court, their whole team offense goes down. You know,
you don't remember the finals yet? You don't remember the finals with you don't remember the finals with Jordan Clarkson choke? Was it Jordan Clarkson or was it? No, it was Jordan Clarkson.
Cleveland?
No, it wasn't him. No, that was George Hill.
Okay.
They traded Jordan Clarkson. They traded him.
Yeah. When he was with Cleveland in 18-19, he averaged almost 17 a game. I mean, I think he was a second-round pick, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this dude is a second-round pick, and he ain't did nothing but drop 12 points, 15, 14, 16.8, 15. Now he up to 18 a game. Like, dude is overperformed. You know what I mean? He's an instant offense, and he never was a starter. He started some games with the Lakers. He started 79 games one year, his second year, and he averaged 15. Yeah, but then after that, he ain't never been a starter, really. He started, 23, 25 games since his second year? Like, This year, he only started one game, and he averaging 18.5 points in just 26 minutes a game.
About to win another one.
That's John. Who you got, Clippers or Utah?
Clippers.
Yeah, I got the Clippers, although Utah is, like I said, a better team. If we talk about 7 games, like I think that Gobert is the key, because if he could stop the Clippers from getting into the paint, because they got a lot of paint players, and if Kawhi or Paul George or them guys can't get to the paint, or if he doesn't get in foul trouble, then that's going to make them a perimeter shooting team, and that's not their strength.
Jay,
Utah's the best shooting team.
I might change to Utah. I might change my mind because I forgot about Boban. And I don't know who they got to guard Boban. Because Boban's like 7 foot. Who Clippers got to guard him up 1-on-1?
I don't know.
They're going to have to put Paul George on him, but then that would leave Donovan Mitchell open. You see, let me look at roster. Plus, they got Mike Conley still, too. I forgot about Conley.
He's injured.
Yeah, they got Conley.
Oh, he injured. No wonder I forgot about him then. Is he out for the playoffs?
Yeah, he's out.
Oh, damn. Well, that's a big blow right there. No wonder Clarkson is scoring what he's scoring. Let's see. Although that's just for the whole season. So, if you look right here with Clippers, of course, we got Kawhi and Paul George at the top, 24.8, 23.3. But then you go into Marcus Morris is your next dude. Now, Lou Williams is a good instant offensive player, but he never had no defense, though. So he's not going to stop nothing. You got Chewbacca.
All offense. That's it. No D.
I already call Lou. I call him Lemon Pepper. Lemon Pepper.
Lou. He'll give you 20 though. He'll give you 20, 25.
Yeah, Lou could play. The Lakers got rid of him too a couple years ago.
Yeah.
No, last season he was on the Lakers. No. I'm sorry. He was on the Lakers. He was on the Clippers last season.
Yeah. He was on the Lakers about 3-4 years ago. Yeah.
So the Sixers drafted him.
Yeah,
the Sixers did
out of high school.
Yeah, he came out of high school. Lou Williams was one of the last high school players in the league still.
Yep.
Of course, LeBron and stuff, but like he one of the last of that high school where everybody wanted a high school star.
Yeah. Williams, is he on the Hawks right now?
Is he on the what?
He's on the Hawks, isn't he?
Right.
He used to be on the Hawks.
No, he played Hawks now.
No, he's on the Hawks.
Oh, he sure is. They did trade him.
He went back to him.
Yeah, they sure did trade
him. They traded him.
You're trading for Rondo.
Damn, they sure did. I forgot all about that. Damn. So yeah, they ain't got no offense, man, other than Paul George and Kawhi. You know, Chewbacca ain't gonna do nothing. Reggie Jackson, he's still there, right?
Yeah, be there.
He used to be able to put up buckets and stuff. His best years was his last year with OKC and a couple years in Detroit, but he ain't never really. I don't know, man. I thought he would have been. I never thought he would be an all-star, but I thought he would have been at least an 18 to 20 point per game scorer much longer than he was. Nick Batum is washed up at a young age, 32. He aged in dog years. Boogie Cousins at 30. He only playing 16 games, but his injuries ruined him. Rondo, he's still got it going on with his role at 34, but he's not going to put up any points. He's averaging 7 points a game with them, but he was a perfect fit with the Lakers. Yeah, This dude Yogi Ferrell, man, I give him credit. When I was here in Indiana, man, he was balling with IU, and he didn't get drafted. And I'm like, damn, because he's short, but he worked his way into the NBA, man. He worked his way in the NBA. He went to Park Tudor in Indiana. He's been in the NBA for 4 years. He's been undrafted. Yep, Indianapolis. This dude was balling, man, in the city, man. And he didn't work his way in here. Averaged 10 points a game 1 year, 10, a couple years with 5. How tall is he? They got him listed as 6 foot. I think he probably shorter than that, like 5'9", 5'10", or some shit. But let me see what he did in college.
Look up Luke Kennard.
All right. Look, in college at IU, he put up 7 points, 4 assists. Then he went to 17 and 4. He probably should have went to the NBA draft then, but then he put up 16 and 5, 17 and 6 almost. He was decent at IU. But they ain't want him in the NBA. But he worked his way in there. I give him some credit. You say Luke Kennard. Let's see. This dude's name is Jay Scrub. That's a bad name, getting called Scrub. Luke Kennard. He went.
Nah, not him. Not him.
Huh?
No. People sleep on Luke Kennard. He's very good.
Yeah, he went to Duke, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
He was starting to do good in Detroit, and they got rid of him.
No, but they just need him to be like come up the bench to
nice, like on the bench and just score, shooter.
Yeah,
shooter.
3-point shooter.
Yeah, it's very good.
That's why they traded Lou Williams, because they said they got this kid, so they fuck him.
No, they traded him for Rondo.
Yeah, but they was comfortable trading Lou Williams because they say we got this kid.
No, they kept Luke. They didn't worry about Luke. They just
I can only hear from 1 ear.
Let me see right quick, because you can go. I can always look, because on this they'd always tell you what each trade was about.
Come here.
Right.
And then we get ready to wrap this up. So while I'm looking this up, who y'all think gonna win the finals? Who you think gonna win the chip this year?
Sixers.
Okay, they got a good shot though. What about you, Mike? Who you think gonna win the chip?
Brooklyn Nets.
Brooklyn Nets. All right. What about you? Who you think gonna win the chip, S. Young?
No comment. Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Okay. I think that I'm gonna go with Giannis, man, in Milwaukee, man. I think he's gonna try to take it, man.
Bro.
They're down 2-0.
They down. I didn't see that. I thought they was only down 1. They down 2, but that don't mean nothing. I'm gonna look and see. Right here and say Rondo traded him for.
All right. Yeah, but they down 2-0. Reason why I say I don't think the Bucks gonna win, because for Giannis, it's like he needs that second option guy. Like he needs that second option guy, like
Middleton.
Like Chris Middleton. No, Middleton ain't that guy.
Right, that's true. If James Harden is injured and don't come back, I think they got a chance. Yeah, they are down 2-0. Damn. They
got lost by 42 points yesterday or something like that. 40 points.
But that's how the NBA is, man. It'd be blowout loss, then they blowout win. I'm hoping that they can. I just don't want KD to win, man, with all this super team crap. Now he worse than LeBron.
Yeah. Sixers, baby. Sixers.
I like the Sixers, man. But the only problem I got with the Sixers is Ben Simmons don't shoot, man.
So, I mean, he don't have to.
He do. Because and he need to work on his free throws, because free throws.
Yeah, he do.
That's shooting. That's shooting. But he don't have to, bro. We got enough shooters. We got Danny. We got Seth. You know what I mean? We got Embiid.
Yeah, but he's making it where they don't have to put D on him, and they can put more D on those other players.
If you don't have to put D, listen,
right.
you don't have to put D on him. You have to put D on him because he can score the ball. He can still score. He can still score. Yeah, clog the lane. Okay,
but Slim,
right? See, if he can shoot, if he can shoot, they would have to play him better defense, and then he would make it easier for everybody else, because when he get D'd up, he could kick it to them, and Seth and all those people will have easier open shots, is all I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, if he could shoot, he could be in the top 5 conversation of NBA players right now.
Definitely.
But I don't know, man.
I don't understand it though. I don't understand how he doesn't know how to shoot. Like,
I don't either.
He doesn't take any shot though. He doesn't even attempt it.
Exactly.
He's scared.
I don't know why.
I don't get it.
Pay like $30 million a year. You're getting paid a lot of money. Shoot that ball.
Number 1 pick overall, man. That's what happens when you get picked like that.
Right. That's true.
Hit the gym and just get some shots up.
Yeah. That's why a lot of times, like when I was saying about like Kwame Brown, and we ain't got to get into it, but like number 1 pick is a prospect. You're supposed to be, projected to be the best player. But a lot of times they don't become the best player as other players because they don't work as hard on their game. You know what I mean? They don't work as hard on their game sometimes. But you're projected to be the best player because of your talent at that moment and your skill set. And they say, if he work on his game and keep getting better and improving, this is the best player in the draft. But they don't always work on their game or keep improving or whatever the case, and then they don't become the best player in that draft. Now, Ben Simmons is still probably the best player in that draft, but he could be the best player in the NBA if he worked on his game more. You know what I mean? So
I agree.
Yeah, like, man, he got so much talent.
I got one more question for you, Jamie. Before I bounce, bro. What do you think about Aaron Rodgers not showing up to mandatory minicamp?
Good.
I like that, man. They shouldn't have did him wrong in drafting another quarterback in the first round. Now he see what it felt like with Brett Favre when he was the other quarterback. But throughout his whole time, the Pack ain't never really got him a squad like they should have. And they taking him for granted. Dude is the MVP of the league right now, and you getting a replacement. Why aren't you trying to help him win this championship? He ain't even that old yet. And Brett Favre kept on flirting with retirement. Aaron Rodgers ain't did none of that. So, like, why are you doing this? Like, that's stupid. You could have been getting him a wide receiver, a running back, a left tackle. But no, you're going to get a person that ain't going to play unless he's not playing. Like, that's so disrespectful.
Yeah, they straight up disrespected, man.
Yeah. You know how many teams, damn near, except for maybe 3 or 4 teams, 5 teams, every other team would love to have them. And the 4 or 5 teams is like, what, Seattle, because they got Russell Wilson or Tom Brady. But they may trade Tom Brady for Aaron Rodgers if they could, just because of the youth aspect of it. You know, he younger than Brady. And, of course, he better than Brady talent-wise. But, you know, Brady's mental is on a whole nother level. Sometimes once you get into the game, like LeBron or Magic, it's beyond your physical skills in a way because you know the game on a whole nother level, or Jordan or whatever the case. But, yeah, they not appreciating him, and they have done it twice, back-to-back legends, Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. I mean, they have kept the Green Bay Packers relevant for damn near, 35 years straight?
Since 92.
Right. That's crazy, man. Like, that ain't even, man, it ain't even no explanation on how they could do something like that. That's bad management.
But Aaron Rodgers has definitely been an underachiever. Let's not act like he hasn't.
But they're not getting him the right players. Like, so
if you can make it to 5 NFC championship games and only win 1, he needs to get the same treatment that they give Donovan McNabb, because that's exactly Donovan McNabb's
but they didn't give McNabb no help for 1 year.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, you surrounding him with 3rd and 4th round picks and 5th round picks, and this dude is leading them to NFC championship game. So they should think, wow, maybe we should get him some top free agents, or, you know, use a 1st and 2nd round pick on some talent. you know, and maybe we could get some chips out of it. But they not. So yeah, he has underachieved because he has been probably the best quarterback in the NFL for at least the last 5-6 years. But they ain't getting him the help he needs, so he not winning as much as quarterbacks like Tom Brady or whatever other players you know you want to name. Now Belichick didn't always get a first round pick or the best help, but at the same time he would get talent at those positions that would always come through for his in his system, you know. So, you know, we'll see. But I don't know. I think that he should have I would be pissed too. I don't know where he gonna go to play.
I'll take him with the Eagles. I'll take him.
I know that's right. S. Young, what you think about that? What do you think Aaron Rodgers should do or go?
Retired.
He's still so young. He only like what, 35?
36.
36, yeah. Man,
might as well
to the Giants.
Hang up the cleats, man.
yeah.
Why? But why would you want him to retire?
What's up, Kim?
He does what does he doesn't have help. He basically wasting his time with Green Bay because he doesn't really have help. Like you say,
Doesn't have help. He does have help.
You could force a trade.
Aaron Jones is a star in the league. Devontae Adams is a top 3 receiver, if not the best receiver. He's got guys, man. Come on.
Did all three of them went to the playoffs?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not completely without talent, but they're not doing the best job they could to get him some talent. I don't know if I would retire from a job paying what, $20-30 million a year,
40 million.
40. Yeah. What else he gonna do to get that kind of money? Not that he broke now, because he's not broke.
No.
But I think he's gonna end up forcing a trade. Is what's gonna happen.
I agree with you. I think he's gonna force his way out.
Yeah, Mike, what you think on this?
All right, my bad.
I think he's gonna retire. I think he's gonna renounce it.
No, he's not.
I don't know about the retire.
Yeah,
Love you too, Savannah.
I think he should force a trade. I think he should force a trade and come to the Giants.
Come to the Giants.
He's gonna do what Carson Palmer did: sit out a season, and then they're just gonna play Jordan Love, and then they're just gonna trade him in the middle of the season.
Jay,
that's what Carson Palmer did.
Go ahead, Mike.
Probably know way more about it than me. So let's say Aaron Rodgers he retires. Okay, he sits out a year. If he comes out of retirement, does he have to play for the Packers, or can he go to another team?
Yes, they
own his rights. On his contract.
I feel like he's gonna retire. He's gonna pull a Brett Favre move thing. Gonna retire and then join another team. Then retire, then join another team. He's gonna
change the rules. Though.
No, that's not what happened.
Brett Favre never actually took a year off, though.
Yeah, he took a year off. Yeah, he took off, then came back.
No, he didn't. He tried to come. He retired. They said, and then he wanted to come back to the Packers. The Packers said, "No, stay retired." And he said, "I want to play." So, and
this all in the same season.
Yeah, they traded him to the Jets.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so he didn't sit off a whole season. Is the difference? Yeah.
But Carson Palmer did to get out of Cincinnati. He sat out a whole season, and
got to Arizona or something, didn't he?
He got traded to the Raiders the next season.
Okay, right.
But they give up 3 first-round picks for him.
Carson had game though, but he was on the downslide of his career too.
His peak was in Arizona.
That's his best success.
That was his best individual success ever in the NFL.
Yeah, I guess so, because he threw for like 4,000 yards or something, didn't he?
Yep.
But he had a lot of success with Chad Johnson too, though, as far as touchdowns and stuff.
You're right. That's true, but I don't think he
yeah.
was peaking though. I don't think he was peaking.
Yeah, quarterbacks peak is kind of weird sometimes.
Yeah,
you know
they
what I mean?
peak in their later ages and
Yeah.
in later days. Remember
Yeah.
Rich Gannon? Remember
Yeah,
I
Rich
was
Gannon?
just about to say that. Yeah. Yeah, he
Yeah,
was
so
like
good.
a journeyman, then became like a MVP,
MVP.
in the NFL. Right.
Yep.
Same thing with what's dude with the beard from Harvard that go everywhere now.
Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick.
Yep. So
I'll
you're
come
right.
piss money, Patrick. Cause my son keeps getting a check.
It depends on like you said, quarterbacks are that's the key about Aaron Rodgers. He could still peak. You know what I'm saying? Like we probably haven't seen the best football out of Aaron Rodgers yet. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't think he's gonna get better at. I don't think he's getting better, bro.
Nah.
Why?
I don't think he's getting better.
Nah.
Why?
Peyton Manning, bro.
Peyton Manning was 36 and he threw 50 something touchdowns at 36, 37 years old.
Yeah, but look at the guys who he had with the receivers. That's how.
No, what do you mean? Look at those receivers. Those receivers were nobody until he got there.
Whoever's first name,
Demarius Thomas. Demarius Thomas
was approved. He was really right there, really approving.
Demarius Thomas was a nobody. He was a bust until Peyton Manning got there. Just like Eric Decker and the rest of those guys. Peyton Manning and Thomas, the tight end. What was that guy's name? I had Thomas. Oh no. Shit, I can't remember. He was the tight end for the Denver Broncos. Yeah, I think Jay lagged out.
No, because when did Peyton join the Broncos?
Peyton joined the Broncos the year after Tebow. The year after Tebow.
I think he joined in 20. I can't remember.
But
they
Peyton
had
Manning
a team.
peaked.
They had receivers when he joined the Broncos. Yeah, it was way better than the coach.
But Peyton Manning peaked though. Peyton Manning peaked in his later ages. He threw for fucking 50-something touchdowns with the Broncos. And we thought that was impossible because we seen the best of Peyton Manning with the Colts. And they thought he was done. And he got better. He got better at a later age with less talent. Because I'll take Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison and Edgerrin James and Adai and all those guys over what he had Eric Decker and Demarius Thomas and those guys and no Sean Moreno. You know what I'm saying? I would take all. Yeah, no show Moreno. I would take all those guys with the Colts over the guys that he had in Denver, but he got better and he did more with less, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, you got a good point there. You got a good point. He did have a better supporting cast in Indy when he was at his what would normally be his prime. But he did put up some great stats and win the Super Bowl with less, you say in there. So see, a lot of the difference with a quarterback of all the other positions is they game is so much mental that normally when they older, they may not be at their physical prime, but they perform at their best because the game slows down to them.
Absolutely right, bro.
Yeah, the game slows down. They can read the defenses. They know the play. They know all this stuff. They may not have the same arm or be as mobile, but they actually are better because they can play the game on a different level now instead of trying to dominate. Like Michael Vick was at his prime in Atlanta, but his best years and peak actually was with Philly. He damn near was MVP candidate because the game slowed down. He was balling out of control, but he wasn't the Michael Vick we remember in Atlanta.
Even though his physical attributes slowed down because he got old, his body got older. His body got older, but his brain got stronger, and the game slowed down. Like you said, slowed down. They get it up here. It's up here.
Mm-hmm.
even though their body, even though they're not running as fast as they used to or throwing as far as they used to, but their brain, they basically mastered the game at the level that they could have mastered the game on their level. And you play better because you got smarter, not faster. If that makes any sense.
That's the one position in sports that's almost kind of backwards with your prime, in a way, because your prime physical powers doesn't always equal your prime as a player. You know, most people, when they at their prime physical powers, that's their best years as a player. But because the quarterback is so much mental, your body is ready, but your mind, you ain't ready yet. You know, a lot of times. So that's a little weird.
Running back, receiver, that's all physical.
Yeah.
Quarterback is all mental.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's why those guys are at their best before 30 normally. You know, whereas a quarterback is normally over 30 when they at their best. You know. So yeah, that's kind of crazy.
That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying Aaron Rodgers can still go into his peak. We still might not have seen the best of Aaron Rodgers.
I could see that. I mean, if he played a 41, 42 like Brady, he still got 4, 5, 6 years to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it depends on what's going on with that. But hey, I'm about to wrap this up, man. Y'all was great. I appreciate you, S. Young, Big Mike, Slim, for coming through. We had a good little convo, man, talking about LeBron and Mayweather and you know, what's going on with the NBA and the prime of an athlete. Mike, man, appreciate you, man. You know, we chop it up anytime on that. And also, man, it's hard to compare eras, so it's always fun to compare to me eras and stuff, you know, who had the most competition and stuff. Basketball used to be the easiest to do with that, but the game has changed now since I think Steph Curry made everybody shoot threes, a million threes, even big men. Yeah, so now the game is changing. But, you know, every other sport has changed a lot. Football, it used to be a running, ground and pound sport. Now it's all aerial assault. Yeah, they throwing the ball a million times. Everybody getting 4,000 yards. Like, to get 4,000 yards was amazing. Now we got 4, 5 quarterbacks every year with 4,000 yards. You know, so
4,000 yards is nothing.
It ain't nothing. Nope. 1,000-yard rushing, that's actually underperforming. It's 16. It's about to be 18 games. You know what I mean? That's only what? That's less than 100 yards a game.
That this year, sorry?
Yeah, I think it started this year. So that's like getting 50 yards a game. You know,
when Dan Marino did it back in the day, it was like, oh my God, he's doing 4,000 yards. Like you said, everybody does it now.
Right,
5,000 yards is an accomplishment.
Now, yeah,
Drew Brees did that.
Yeah, that's a
twice.
Lot.
He did it twice.
Right, and for him to be undersized too.
But he only went to one Super Bowl.
That's true.
Underachiever.
They didn't never give him, but he did do it with New Orleans, the team that they used to call the Aints, that was never worth nothing. So at least he did it there.
Mind you, like Drew Brees didn't really have any good offensive guy. All he had was just Jeremy Shockey. That was it.
What?
Jeremy Shockey was washed up then because he was with the Jets.
He was washed up with the Saints.
Yeah, he had Reggie Bush at his best, and then what's the little short running back he had? He was dope with
Darren.
Was
Pierre Thomas. Pierre Thomas.
Yeah.
Pierre Thomas.
Marcus Colston.
Yeah, he had made him into a star wide receiver.
Horn.
Joe Horn.
Joe Horn.
Yeah, Horn was gone.
He was gone. He was been gone.
Deuce McAllister. Now I'm talking about the team that Drew Brees has played with.
Teammates.
Deuce McAllister. Yeah.
I
had plenty of
remember.
weapons.
I remember when I was playing with San Diego on Madden when they had Drew Brees, and I used to ball out. Nobody knew who he was when I used to play with him because he was good. But then he got injured, and they kind of got rid of him because they got Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
And so
They didn't give him time to develop. That's why.
Yeah.
They didn't.
Yeah. And look, and he ended up having a better career. So if they would have kept him instead of getting Phillip Rivers, I think San Diego would have got at least 1 or 2 chips with that squad with LT and all the weapons they had.
Yeah.
Man.
Drew Brees played with way more talent in San Diego than he did in New Orleans, and he won in New Orleans.
Right. Yeah.
They had Gates, LT, Vincent Jackson. Damn, who else?
They had a lot of talent. They had didn't Junior say I was still there for a minute?
No, he was gone.
Okay.
No, he wasn't. He was still there.
No, he was
still there. Not when Drew Brees was there.
I think he was at the end of his career still, but he was there because then I think he went to New England like the last
later. That was later. That was later.
No.
They had Sean Merriman, Lights Out.
Yeah, Lights Out Merriman. Yeah,
they had a bomb squad, bro, but they just never could get over the hump.
Larry Jones brought Doug Flutie out the batch.
Doug Flutie was the backup to Drew Brees.
Yeah.
No.
Matter of fact, Drew Brees was the backup to Doug Flutie.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Yeah, because Doug Flutie was starting first. Yeah. Then it was Drew Brees.
Doug Flutie had, that's like what we were saying earlier. He had that resurgence at the end of his career. Because when he was with the Bears, when he was young, he didn't do shit. I remember when he was with the Bears, I thought we was all happy. Like, we got Doug Flutie, y'all. Like, we thought we was, like, going to do something because, like, we had Jim McMahon, but he got injured. And Dickard got Flutie, which ended up pissing off Jim McMahon. But Doug Flutie, through that Hail Mary in college and everything, it kind of made him, like, a little household name. So I remember, like, my friend.
I feel bad for you, bro. The Bears.
We ain't never had nobody.
You guys had so many hopes. That quarterback.
We had Jim McMahon too, bro. I love Jim McMahon.
Yeah, and he played good when he got with y'all. Mm-hmm. Same with Jim Harbaugh. He was with us for forever. He left and took damn near.
No, he wasn't good with the Bears.
Who?
He won a Super Bowl with the Bears.
Yeah. Cause that's what Jay.
Yeah, but he wasn't that good though because it was mostly a running team.
Walter Payton.
And, yeah. Whereas when he got with the Eagles, he was like throwing more. You know what I mean? Yeah. Although he still had the injury problems.
He just kept getting hurt.
Hurt. I think he was backing up my boy Randall Cunningham for a minute.
He did for a season or two.
Yeah. I actually got the football card with Jim McMahon.
That was 92. Then Cunningham got hurt week 1 against Green Bay.
And then Cunningham got mad and then just.
Speaking of cards, I started buying cards again, man, to help my son and have a little collection. And I've been buying some cards on eBay, and I got into this bid for the set for the tops. What is this? 07-08 complete set of tops. And that's the year with Kevin Durant rookie. The Kevin Durant rookie alone is worth $250. I ended up getting that for $61, the whole set. Nobody else bid against me. Here go the KD rookie right here. He still got a Seattle Supersonics jersey on.
Yo, keep that.
Jay, you were right, bro. Jim Harbaugh played with you guys for years, but he peaked when he went to the Colts.
Yeah, they almost went to the Super Bowl. Away from the Super Bowl.
Lost to,
I couldn't believe that shit.
Steelers. Yeah.
Man, I couldn't believe that, man.
Captain
I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, because another little tidbit, my sister at that time was married to a guy that played for the Bears. And Jim Harbaugh was the quarterback of the Bears during that whole time period. Yeah. So, like, we used to go to the games, go into the locker room, all this stuff. And, like, when I go over there with her house or whatever, she stayed out in the suburbs. Like, her best friends was the other wives of players. So we'd be over, like, the tight ends' house, Keith Jennings or other players' team on the team, wives and hanging out or whatever. And Harbaugh was the quarterback, and we couldn't do shit, man. And then he left and went to the Colts and was winning. I'm like, what? Like I could have been going to the Super Bowl or championship games, and we couldn't do nothing. Then he leave, and now they having success. I'm like, oh no. I had an autographed Bears football from that time period, but a lot of them guys went. We had Neil Anderson as the running back then.
I remember Neil Anderson.
He was good though.
He was.
Yeah,
he never lived up to expectations. Though.
Right. He had got injured a couple times, and he was the replacement from Walter Payton.
Just like you guys had Jacana Carter. I don't know, was it Kajana? Chajana Carter, he never lived up to expectations.
And we had what you call it? No, he was in Cincinnati. Kajana Carter. We had
you guys had a
Colorado, and he was the running back from Colorado. Almost won the Heisman. Everybody thought he was gonna be so dope, and never did nothing.
What was his name?
Let me look it up. He was, and then I'm about to wrap this up.
Because I know you know who I'm talking about. It's a running back y'all had that just didn't. Rashawn Salam.
Yeah, that's him. Rashawn Salam. Yeah, I saw him. He had a Hummer. He bought a Hummer his rookie year and stuff, and I was like, "Dang, he got a Hummer." That's before people had the H1 Hummers riding around or whatever. But yeah, Rashawn Salam at Colorado was a beast. He almost was the Heisman Trophy winner. He got to the Bears because this is still when Bears kept looking for the next Walter Payton. Mm-hmm. And he didn't do nothing. Just like when we had Cedric Benson. We kept trying to get running backs all the time with our first draft pick, and never panned out.
It's always a bad decision to get running back in the first round.
Forte was your best running back since Walter Payton.
Yeah, that was him, and I was lucky. Here go Rashawn Salam with the Bears. He only played 4 years with the Bears, period. That's it. No more. 4 years. And he was the first round. He was the 21st overall pick. But he was a first round pick.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And he put up 1,000 yards his rookie year, which when 1,000 yards still was good. He only started 11. But he was only getting 3.6 yards per average, which ain't really that great. Then he got 3.5, 3.6, then down to 2. He had 1,000 yards. Then he dropped down to 496, then 100, then 2 yards in 2 games.
I think he came out in the Jerome Bettis draft. I'm not sure.
Bettis was dope. The bus.
Bettis didn't do anything with the Rams. I mean, he was good with the Rams.
Yes,
but he did. He became a star, a Hall of Famer with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he had more team success, and he was there long. I think he was only with the Rams for like 4 years. But Bettis was dope with the Rams, though. I remember when we used to play, we used to be like, Bettis, you know, you always call it out people or whatever. Like, the bus coming through when we was kids.
That's before he became the bus.
Right. Rashawn Salam last year in Colorado put up 2,000 yards rushing in college. 2,000 yards. 24 touchdowns. He put up 2,000 yards, 24 touchdowns, and got to the Bears, put up 1,000 yards his first year, and then that was it.
I can't believe
they ran him into the ground. Yeah. He put up 844 yards rushing in 9 games. In just 2 more games, he put up 2,000 yards with 6.9 average. It's like a first down almost every time he touched the ball.
Yeah.
Like, how did that happen, man? How did he just, like, do nothing?
A lot of those guys in the 90s were busts, bro. A lot of them.
Yeah.
Rick Meyer.
Oh my God! Yeah, he went to Seattle as the quarterback. Yeah, but there was another one that was drafted right with him. Was that Jeff George?
Well, Jeff George too.
But he was better than Rick Meyer.
Heath Schuler, was it Heath Schuler or Washington? Yeah. Heath Sherman. Heath something. Yeah. Heath Schuler.
Yeah, Kejana Carter was the #1 draft pick that year.
Yeah, by Cincinnati.
And Steve McNair was the third pick. Air McNair. They should have got him, boy. I remember when he threw that Hail Mary in college with Alcorn State. Yeah. Michael Westbrook. He was fourth.
Bust.
Kerry Collins. He ended up having alcohol issues.
He wasn't a bust.
After he got over his alcoholism.
He had his best year with the Giants.
Right. Because when he was with Carolina is when he had alcohol issues. Joey Galloway was a good wide receiver, but he was more with the speed. But he put up 10,000 yards receiving, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he was a bust. He was good.
No. J.J. Stokes had a lot of talent, but he didn't produce like I thought he would.
T.O. became the star. T.O. became the star.
Right. It was supposed to be him. Warren Sapp, he would have went number 1 overall if you could redo this. It would have probably been him or McNair.
The Eagles took Mike Mamula over fucking Warren Sapp.
Man, come on.
They did.
Ain't Ray Lewis on that draft?
Huh?
No, Derrick Brooks. I said my bad too. I said Derrick Brooks.
Hugh Douglas was a dope ass player. He was with the Eagles.
The Jets drafted him though.
Yeah, but he was having a lot of success with the Eagles too, wasn't he?
Yes, hell yeah.
Tyrone Wheatley. Tyrone Wheatley was dope with Michigan. I thought he was gonna be a star in the NFL.
Running back with the Giants.
Yeah. Yep. He didn't do what I thought he would do either.
A bust.
Yeah, they made him like a special teams player, if I remember.
I see somebody named there.
Ty Law, yeah, Hall of Famer. Look at that. Corey Stringer, he died from that heat exhaustion with the Vikings. You remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
They made him practice over practice, and he died from heat exhaustion. Derek Brooks.
Yes, I said Derek Brooks. I said Derek Brooks was in that draft.
Ty Law, Derek Brooks. Yep. Derek Brooks was a Hall of Famer. They had 3 Hall of Famers in the first round, though. This was a good ass draft, really, overall. You got 3 Hall of Famers in the first round.
Yeah.
But that's how we was talking about projections. Like
Tampa Bay,
3 Hall of Famers.
Tampa Bay took 2 Hall of Famers in the same round.
And that's what made them win the Super Bowl. Like 4 years later, because they won it, what, 99 or 2000?
No, they won it 2001.
2001. Okay. So, 5 years later, 6 years later, they was Super Bowl champs.
They beat the Eagles.
That solidified their defense right there. You got the edge rusher and you got the man in the middle.
And they had Lynch, too.
It wasn't 2001, 2002.
It was 02.
I think, all right, 2002. All right. I know they beat the Eagles in that.
Because y'all beat them like what, 4 straight, like 4 in the playoffs?
Yeah, like something like that.
Yeah.
This second round don't have anybody that's a star, really. I'm looking at these names right here. Bobby Taylor was good. Defensive back.
The Eagles cornerback, yes. Bobby.
Yeah, he was a good defense. Todd Sauerbrunn, he was our punter for a long time, man. Sauerbrunn.
Is that the second round you're looking at?
Yeah, I can't believe they took a punter in the second round. Cordell Stewart. Yeah, he could have been somebody. He had some years, but
he had success, bro. He
didn't do what we thought. Damn, he was the Colorado. Damn, so he was the quarterback, and Rashawn Salam was the running back in Colorado. Damn, I didn't know they was together.
Cordell Stewart had a lot of success in the NFL.
Yeah.
He made it to like 3 or 4
in the third.
Yeah, I was gonna say I see Curtis Martin.
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer.
Yes.
Yeah, Cordell Stewart was good. He was with the Bears for a minute, but he was washed up by then.
For like a year.
Yeah. I had got happy when he came, though. I'm like, what? We about to get Cordell Stewart? And I was like, oh, shit. He's done, though.
Washed up.
Yeah. Zach Crockett, he was a good fullback.
Good running back. Yeah. Who took – was the Colts? Did the Colts have him? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he wasn't too bad for that. Let's see. We got R. Young. That's S. Young's older brother. No. Antonio Freeman was good with Green Bay.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, then he was their number one wide receiver when they won the Super Bowl with Favre, right?
If you want to say that, I mean, I wouldn't say he was the number
They
one.
didn't really have a number one, really. But
they had a lot of great guys. They had Don Beebe. They had Don Beebe, Andre Rison.
Andre Rison was a beast.
Brooks. They had Freeman. They were stacked. Desmond Howard. They were stacked that year.
Desmond Howard was dope. I think he won Heisman Trophy or MVP or something.
Heisman Trophy with Michigan.
Right.
And MVP for the Packers.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see. I'm on this 4th round. I don't know none of these names offhand. I don't see no stats jumping off the page. Let's see. 5th round. I don't see nobody on here. It's amazing. Some of these guys in black, they never even played. They got drafted and never even made the roster.
Half the guys from the 3rd round down don't make the team.
Right. Yep. The 6th round, damn, a lot of these dudes ain't make it. Damn. Terrell Davis.
Oh yeah, he was drafted by the Broncos. I forgot.
Hall of Famer.
In the 6th round. Why the Bears didn't pick him?
Yo, if they put Terrell Davis in the Hall of Fame, bro, they need to put in Sterling Sharp.
Yeah, Sterling Sharp was the number one receiver in the NFL at one point. If it wasn't for that injuries, Sterling Sharp was a beast, though.
He was Jerry Rice, up there with Jerry Rice.
Right. Because he would actually get more yards some years than it'd be Rice. They would go back and forth.
Yep.
Yeah. Sterling Sharp. He had what, like an eye injury or something like that?
Neck injury.
There you go. Yeah. Neck injury. Yeah.
He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, bro.
Yeah, he was way better than Shannon, and they
way better than his brother.
Yeah, Shannon just played longer and had more success.
But plus he played a position. He played a receiver. He played tight end,
right,
with a receiver body,
right.
He put up a lot of good stats.
Right,
tight ends weren't putting up back then.
Right. Just like Mike Dicker is a Hall of Fame tight end, but if you look at his stats now, it would be nothing.
Yeah, but one with with Terrell Davis, that's great because coming from a 6th round to a Super Bowl MVP, that's incredible.
Yeah. Terrell Davis was a beast, man. He had a short career though because of injury, but you ain't lying. 6th round. Damn, he would easily be in the top 5 picks of the draft if they would redo it again.
Yeah, they redo it.
Yeah. And look, he was all pro. So he was like considered the best running back 3 years in a row in the NFL.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they do, bro. That's what Denver was doing with that offensive line that they had. Those guys should be in the Hall of Fame. Denver had all kinds of guys.
Sharp.
Clinton Portis. They had a bunch of different running backs that were just putting up stats every year. Mike Davis. Like, who the hell is that? Like,
yeah. That's true. I thought Clinton Portis was going to be a beast. He went to Washington and just was forgotten about. He couldn't do nothing without that line.
Did nothing.
This is messed up, man. Terrell Davis put up 1,000 yards or better 4 years in a row. He had 2,000 yards, 21 touchdowns, and then the next year he just had 4 games with 200 yards, 5 games, 200 yards.
It made it to the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame.
Yeah, like 99. Yeah, because he had to deal with a knee. I think his leg around some leg injury, knee and leg injury, and then that shut down his career at the end.
That's crazy. That's shorter than Gale Sayers, though.
Yeah, and they put him in the Hall of Fame, but not Sterling Shepard. Like,
Sharp.
Come on. I'm Sterling Sharp. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you got a good point though, man. Sterling Sharp was way better, and I think he played like 6 or 8 years. I think.
Yeah.
Damn.
Deserves it. He deserves it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, hey man, I'm up out of here. Mike, you up out of here already. I appreciate you for coming through. Everybody, thanks for watching. D Weave say you got a real one now, Jay. Justice Fields gonna light it up. Rashawn Salam. Yeah, Rashawn Salam ain't do nothing, man. Yeah, I'm taking you back to the glory days. Yeah, Rashawn did win that Heisman. He said that's a fact. Sterling Sharp was crazy, Slim. Yeah. Hey, Larry Jones said he used to wear a Terrell Davis jersey at practice when he was a Mighty Mike. Yeah. Hey, Terrell Davis was a beast, though. All right. Thanks, Sheena. I know you just said good night before. Y'all know I be getting sidetracked, so let me go ahead and get out of here before I start talking some more.
All right, man. Thank you for having me, man.
Hey, no problem, man. Everybody be safe out there. Peace. And I'll see y'all, all my members at least, tomorrow. Everybody else, I'll see y'all Friday. And I'm out of here. Deuces.